Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Ingrates. This is your Dungeon Master, the Daily Dungeon Master. We have with us today Idris,
Ahoy!
Avery,
Hello.
Archon,
Or
Sakura,
hello there.
Winter,
Hello.
Dasria,
Looking forward to how this is going to go.
and Yuzi.
Okay.
Sounds about typical. So, when we left off, Avery was angry with the DM.
We all were.
Everybody was angry.
I wasn't.
In fact, there was a comment made after we stopped recording where Idris is going to come back with Starbucks going, "Hey guys, what the hell happened?"
Wait, does anyone explain to Winter what happened? He left early.
Oh, that's right.
He left
Winter left.
everything.
Okay, so who wants to explain what happened at the end of the previous episode?
I got this. So,
I can't explain it.
Right, all I know is a bunch of kids got burned up. I don't know why everybody's so upset.
shut up, Archon. So, we get back to Redford.
But
How far back we going?
rewind from that because we have the end of the the fight with the big bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that happened. It wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. It was kind of rough, but it wasn't awful.
Yeah.
We all survived.
For the most part. As far as we can tell. So, we left the town,
No. You came out and found.
in the town. Oh, of the crypt. Yeah, no, there were a bunch of people there. We found the wagon. We found the wagon of missing people. That sucked a lot. That sucked a lot.
Along with, was it a
Like a war,
bugbear? And
wargs and bugbears. Not fun. We killed it in them. They're dead. Very dead. We come back to town. We're heroes. Yay! Some people left, including the what's his nuts?
The merchant.
The merchant and his son, Dane and Daddy. They're gone. So
Somebody was very sad.
I know. I promised I'd find her because they're from our town, or find Dane and Daddy for her.
Astria bullied a poor woman out of her, one of her only two dresses.
Yes, because Dasher is built different. She felt like that. Yeah, we
felt like a
we
poor
beat
woman.
them. We did.
Yeah.
We got
Oh, and the townswoman that was pregnant with the mayor's baby, or not the mayor, somebody else's baby.
the witch.
yeah, the witch.
Burn the witch!
Burn the witch. Mariah Tour or something like that. Not Mariah Carey. What's her name? I wrote it down.
Jesus.
Whatever.
A
Doesn't
lot of
matter.
crap happened last time.
No, so we found out she bounced or the dude who got her pregnant bounced 6 months ago. She bounced. We didn't burn down the building like we were supposed to.
Like we should have.
Archon. So that sucks. We found out about some tower of knowledge that even Dastria's not allowed in because she's not cool enough to go inside past the first
I
layer.
think we learned about that later, though.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought we learned about it. There was something about tower in town.
I don't remember. I don't think that was the most important thing from that section, though.
No.
Yeah. We say our goodbyes. We started making our way to Redford and we stopped our town. We went to a jewelry store to get a
In
pearl.
a fishing village.
In a fishing village. So Dasher could get her pearl, but she didn't have all the money. I did. So I bought the pearl and we made the deal that we would live in her mansion because there was no way I was fitting all 6 of you into my tiny little house.
Don't
Also,
forget to tell
it
them
didn't-
how we paid for the pearl.
Yeah, with 10,000 copper pieces. Individual copper
Because
pieces.
we're assholes.
Because we're terrible people. We're lovely.
Part of the treasure from the crypt.
Yeah.
In the
I drop it off somewhere.
yeah.
They wanna have to-
Somebody tell Idris what his crown was.
Yeah.
Oh, the crown.
Oh, almost dread.
No, that was
No, that was
Mia's thing.
Music's
It
thing.
was just a crown.
Oh, okay,
Fancy
fine.
crown.
Yeah, I just told people
I
get
do have a
crowns.
helmet on some
It
characters.
was a crown, a helmet with a crown.
She had the helm of dread. You have a fancy crown.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Okay.
Yeah,
It's a helmet that's built, got a gold filigree on it. It's not worth much. Maybe a few
pretty.
gold. But it's pretty, and it's a crown of sorts that you've been collecting them, so I think they set it aside for you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
He's collecting crowns. Is he got a Game
Crowns.
of Thrones thing in the back of his mind he's gonna do.
Crowns accent, but
We'll find that out. We'll find out later.
it's a little higher than our ratings. So we left there. We finally made our direct burn. We decided, okay,
Completely avoided your family, even though we saw them in the fields.
yeah, we completely was no.
Not
Found
gonna
out
lie.
the orphanage that like half the party is very close to burned down about 4 months ago. We've been gone for like 6 months. Burned down a few months ago. Only a few of them got out, or no, most of them got out, but a few of them did not, which is sad. So we went to the clothing district because Jasper needs to wear something more presentable to go see our family and tell them that we are now living with them. So we go there, they're like, excuse you, who are you, Miss Purple Tiefling? And they're like, Daphne's like, excuse you, I'm the Duchess here.
No, the previous owner, who she actually knew and was friends with, had died in a mysterious cart accident like 3 weeks before. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which was suspicious.
A month before. It was a month.
A month. I don't know, like a weird amount of time
Like,
before.
recently.
It was really suspicious.
Yeah, so dear old cousin was running the tailor shop.
So who did not know her, so Avery, actually in a shocking show of niceness, was like, here's 10 gold for your clothes.
Just like, look pretty. Just shut up. I just want to live in your house.
Well, it's a nice house.
It is. So we went over to her house. The guards were like, I don't know you. She's like, I've been here since I was little. I want to talk to the guard.
So and they managed to bring out her like old like childhood butler, like the guy that'd been there forever. His name was Jeeves.
Jeeves.
Because we gotta ask Jeeves.
Yeah, and Jeeves is like, I don't know you.
Get out.
Duchess Dastria died. You're not Duchess Dastria. So she's like, I'm very much alive, which was sus. So she storms out. We leave. We're like, fine, we'll go home.
And the tech
We'll go to
magic
my
was radiating something
Yeah, some like
massive
weird new
inside her
magic.
house.
Yeah, it was enchantment magic, but admittedly, Dasri is not sure if that's new because she's never had magic before, so she's never detected magic on her own house. But there is enchantment magic in her house, apparently.
Oh, yes. So we go to my house, and the reason for my adventuring, other than I just wanted to leave, was I was trying to find my dad, my father, and drag him back because we were poor and I wanted to be less poor. Turns out when we get there, I run into my older sister Vanessa, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're a cleric now, mother, father, get out here." I thought mommy was married. No, my father Fabio was out with them, and that's where the DM decided to cut off the session because, you know,
I'm
he's-
cruel.
Cause
I'm
you're
a cruel, and capricious DM.
It hurt my feelings.
Pure evil.
Yes.
I would have done the same though, so I can't exactly blame him.
That's bad. No, it's a good way to be.
All right. So, we are at Avery's home. Everybody's at Avery's home, and she. Give me a perception check, Avery.
Roll initiative.
Rolling it here.
No.
Please no. Not so fast. Perception.
I did my character sheet out.
15.
15. You notice on your father's hip is a sword, and your father. You knew your father to be kind of a pacifist, and he is carrying a sword.
Wait, I knew my father?
Huh?
I thought my father was never home.
This is what, based on what you were told.
Oh, what my mom said. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That he would never harm a fly, but this
What kind of
man is
sword?
carrying a long sword.
A long sword. Nice. That's a big fly sword. I kind of point at him to you.
Yes.
Where have you been the past 16 and a half years?
I'm sorry.
You should be.
I,
We lived in poverty because you left. You could have helped us.
yes, and I knew that I had no choice but to go and find my fortune to come back and help you. I'm sorry I had to leave you in such straits, but as you can see, doing what I had to.
You were a stripper. That's how you made your way in the world.
No,
Exotic dancer, whatever you want to call yourself.
I was an adventurer.
I know.
I brought back a small fortune to help with the family. I'm so sorry. And your mother says he's explained everything. It's
Not to me. I was not hearing any of this, Mom. You didn't tell me any of this growing up. He was an adventurer. You said it was
I didn't know. He had just left, and I didn't know why he had left.
And you forgave him for leaving for 16 years without even a letter back home.
And your father looks at you and says, "There was no opportunity to write.
in 16 and a half years. Not
My
one.
fingers were broken.
Right? Like, oh, I'm never so dyslexic. Like, what? Come on, dude.
And he just says,
Avery
I'm-
yelling at her
I'm
father,
sorry,
dyslexic. Shut up.
there was just so much going on. I'm sorry. This is the first opportunity I've been able to come back.
I'm sure it is.
But I'm back, and I'm back to stay, and the family will not have to worry about money ever again.
How much money do you earn?
It's kind of me and your mother's business, and the mother looks at you. Your mother looks at you as he says, enough that we won't have to worry anymore about money. And they tell you that they've been sending out people to look for you. And the last they had heard that you had been in town and disappeared. They thought that you had been taken by. No, they thought you had been involved with the orphanage because you hung out with them, and that somebody from the orphanage had somehow gotten a hold of you or gotten you in with a bad crowd, and because your mother never really approved of you doing that because of playing with the orphanage kids, because she didn't know them and wasn't sure of their characters, and even more so they thought you had died in the fire when the fire happened to the orphanage.
So wait, how long ago did the fire happen?
About 3.5 months ago.
So for 3 months you just didn't have any leads? I was gone for 6 months. I was taken on a slave ship.
We had no clue. We had no idea.
I was gone for 3 months and then the fire happened. How would I have burned in the fire? If I was already missing.
We thought they were hiding you. The children were hiding you because you're loving it for them.
Yeah, and all those hiding places they don't have at the orphanage.
But it wasn't just the orphanage. They basically are street urchins during the day, So
they're good people. You just wouldn't get to know them.
we found out afterwards. In fact, Jonathan, where are you?
What?
And
What?
you see one of your friends from the orphanage, and for those of you who are from the orphanage, one of the other kids from the orphanage comes out and he says, "Oh, Avery,
John, what are you? Hold on, you're my brother now. I like this. I can live with this.
And now keep in mind this kid is 12.
I don't care. He is my brother.
Yeah.
He is my little John.
Because after the fire, your mom and dad, I had no idea elsewhere to go, and I came and found your mom and dad here. And they agreed to take me in as one of their own.
John.
John.
How you
Aww.
doing, buddy?
Baby John.
Anybody
where are my
else
manners?
happen to make it out with you?
Yeah.
I know there were at least 4 others. That one of them took one of the young ones. One grabbed one of the young ones, but the fire started somehow in the basement. We don't know what happened.
Do you know where they're at?
No, I haven't been able to find them.
Okay. We'll find them. But where are my manners? This is Mr. Idris. He was a friend of the orphanage. He's a good person. Mr. Archon. You have your tribe is outside the village, right?
No.
No? Or you're visiting somewhere around here?
No.
No? Never mind.
No,
We just brought him along.
Your tribe is from the plains to the east, but you're just telling her no. Okay.
Don't tell him where his tribe is.
No, I'm not right outside town.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Well, he's passing through for the.
I've only known you for a couple months now.
Yeah, but he's cool. We like Archon. This is Miss Sakura.
They know me.
Sakura.
John knows me.
Yeah, another one of the orphanage. Miss Winter. She is also from the orphanage, right?
No, I'm from a traveling merchant group.
The Duchess, Miss Dasria.
Just
She did not die. She was taken on a slave ship with us. But we're gonna figure that out later. And then Miss Music. She's from somewhere that's not as much as I know. She's cool.
The Duchess of Desperation.
Well, it's good to see you all, and it's good to meet you. Those I have had. Mother, I'm going to go back and finish the chores in the garden. Your sister said the same. Okay. Your sister and gives you a quick hug and heads out, and your new brother, or so to speak, old friend,
He's my brother.
comes up and hugs you, and you
Embrace him
and
with love. I love him. He is my
you notice
brother.
there's a short sword at his side.
What?
There's a short sword at his side.
Yeah, that's another thing. What's with all the swords, Mom?
Your father has apparently gotten wind of something happening in the kingdom, that there's a war coming in. He said that
With who?
that's a good question.
How does he know about it?
Yeah, how does Fabio know about it?
He'd gotten wind during his adventures that there was a war coming. And product placement of the day,
Oh God.
because it's an amazing book. The Game Master's Book of Random Encounters by Jeff Ashworth. It's an amazing book for any DM. Found it in Barnes & Noble. It's pretty awesome. The only thing I really use it for is the random names for people and the random names for taverns and such. So buy that book. And if you go to thedailydungeonmaster.com, I will have that product on there, so you can buy it from Amazon if you'd like. And if you do, I would get a small commission. So that would be awesome. Anyhow, yeah. As we continue, the name of that town, which I cannot seem to find, but I will find later, it starts with a T.
Town or country?
The country, sorry. The name of the country, I will find. I just...
Is it Dunlop?
No.
Is there a Dune in it?
No, there's not.
Is there a loft in it?
No.
Dassyria.
Disease, diarrhea.
She's gonna cry.
Seriously.
She's gonna cry herself to sleep.
I can't remember. I'll find it. Anyways, so this country next door to Endir, whose name I will find later, is where the rumor of the war is. It's a very xenophobic nation. Travel there is not so much restricted, but it's highly discouraged, and there's no trade that not a lot of trade that comes from there.
Xenophobic
Human
too.
population.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, xenophobic in a fantasy world is kind of very broad.
Human dominated.
It's human dominated, but but they have other races. They just as a nation, they do not like outsiders, people not from their country.
So very, very nationalist then?
Yes, but not like Nazi Germany, but they're very, we are for us and leave us alone.
Gotcha.
Oh, so they're like a Switzerland, but like a little bit more
Angry
aggressive.
Switzerland.
Hey, you're gonna alienate our Swiss viewers.
Yeah,
Come on.
all what, 1.5, half of them maybe?
Don't you dare disrespect my Swedes.
Swedes, that's a very different country. That is Sweden, not Switzerland.
Oh, wait.
For our European viewers.
We're sorry that we're stupid Americans
Yes.
that don't know geography.
Never.
Wait.
I don't.
And I thought Dassery was bad intelligence checks.
Don't. Just what you're thinking, Yuzi. Don't say it. Just don't let it come out of your mouth.
I really want to know.
Whatever it is you
Don't.
think you're gonna say, I'm gonna cut it off here.
This session has been chaos.
And
Already.
okay, moving along. Anyways, point of the matter is, this other nation is the one that he's hearing rumors of war. So he and your new brother are wearing weapons in case of the need to call up a militia type peasant army to help supplement
Yeah.
the regular army.
So, is it all of the farmers, or is it just like some of them? Like, how big is this makeshift militia that's around here?
He says it's not so much a militia; it's just
The
people.
ready. How many people are ready? Is what I'm asking.
He doesn't know. He just knows that there's several in town. Yes, it
Sir
is.
DM, just because I wasn't here, can you give me a little bit more description of Redfern? Isn't it actually village?
No,
town?
Redfern is the capital city. It's the major city.
I just live on the outskirts.
She just lives in a small area on the outskirts.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
a farmer. I'm
Okay.
a milkmaid.
I was a farmer.
But it's a capital city or a
It's
regional city?
it's the capital city of Endir.
And, okay.
Yeah, the kingdom of Endir.
Very important here.
Yeah. And for next session, I will have a map printed and for you guys. And yeah, speaking of which, I'm gonna pull up that for myself. In any case, yeah, yeah.
So it was the next town over, or not that town, next country over. Which way, north, south, east, or west?
For what?
The town that or the country that like my family thinks is going to invade.
The next country over to the east. You guys are
Okay.
you guys are a coastal country,
Okay.
coastal nation, and yeah.
Redfern, does it have a good militia army? Like, is it well equipped to handle war?
I mean, it is, but it hasn't been to war in over a century. The last time it was at war was with a hobgoblin nation to the south, southeast.
Okay. And that was 100 years ago.
That was over 100 years ago, yeah. And there's been a standing peace there for, like I said, about 100 years.
So, what does Redfern and what does our country have that other countries would want?
Same thing any other country has. Land.
Funds.
Like cows. Cows. They're not taking my cows.
No, but Archon might come for your chickens.
I don't care about the chickens. They suck. They suck. Go ham, brother.
Stomp outside.
I thought you were still outside. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
That's
Mom.
right, I probably wouldn't fit your house.
Yes.
So, the initial plan was we're going to stay with Dastria so we could all stay together and plan because this is the first we're hearing of this. But we can't get to her house because her family thinks
Oh.
she's dead and all of the taverns and inns are closed. Could maybe my friend stay here with us?
Oh, we've got plenty of space.
We do? Okay.
Yeah.
We do? We do? It's been a few months, Ma. I'm a little out.
How many wings did you add to the farmhouse?
She shows that there's an entire addition to the back of the house.
Just joking.
And there's a barn.
There wasn't a barn before on this farm?
Not to that degree.
I'll just stay in the RV outside.
Sorry.
Stay in the what? Bingo, you know what I mean?
Creepy Uncle Josiah.
The guys.
All I hear is Beverly D'Angelo.
Boys can stay in the bar.
You got plenty of room.
Okay.
You just don't want to wake up to his nakedness anymore.
Again, oh God. Mom, don't ask. I've seen some stuff.
She
All lie to
just
yourself.
chuckles and she just chuckles. And
You
says,
don't know what I've been through.
You obviously you have some interesting friends, and I'm glad to host them.
I'll be outside in front of the window flexing.
Oh God, your mom ships you in our common.
No.
Your sister is looks around like this.
I'm checking myself out the window.
No, please don't do it. For the love of God, don't do it. Don't get attached. Don't get attached. Me, please.
We're just looking at your reflection in the
That's
window.
why I'm just looking at myself.
She then glances over. Give me a perception check.
13.
I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Oh, I don't know. You know, I was thinking like 2 seconds ago, I kind of want to cast Detect Magic, and I was like, nah, I'll hold that. I can do it later.
No, you're just swimming
This
over.
is not. This
No.
is something completely
That's a
different.
6.
She's looking around, kind of getting this like half grin, looking at Archon. Give me a perception check.
I got or another one?
Yeah, or what'd you get on yours?
13.
You see her glance over towards the party, get a kind of a scared look on her face, and then just back the fuck off.
Who's that again?
My sister.
Oh,
So where's she going?
She was in the back doing chores.
Wait, is it Wisdom check or Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Okay. Still 6.
Still
Still bad.
from falling in love with her sister.
No.
It was.
I'm worried. Oh, I think I know what happened. Okay,
You're just
never mind.
falling in love with Archon.
Mm.
You're just falling in love with Archon.
Listen, the muscles, the nakedness, the oil.
Okay.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, FYI, Idris, the town south that you guys passed, between Forest and Redfern was a town called Rib, R-Y-B-H.
Because you can't spell rib the normal way.
R-I-B-H.
Yeah, and then the town east of Forest is Mobile, M-O-P-Y-L.
No problem. I'm trying to get my directions. So you said
You are fine.
M-O
P-Y-L, Mobile.
town to the east.
That's the nearest town to the east of Forest.
East, which is where we are at currently.
No,
Yeah.
Worst was the town that we were in.
That
with
you were
goblins.
in.
Ah.
And actually, if you want to pop your head around, since you do the
You do the math.
do the so Forest, Rib, Redfern, and Mobile.
Okay.
But I thought it was funny that the one time you called her Duchess is the one time she was trying to stop you from calling her Duchess.
I know it's like
Ugh. Hilarious to me.
Look, man, I gotta show my higher respect. That's what Faldora would want.
Are there any chickens in the yard?
There are plenty of chickens in the
Oh
yard.
no.
You'll look out the window and you'll see Archon run around the front yard grabbing chickens. Like looking at him.
Aren't we still outside?
He's just running around the party doing this.
He's having chickens.
Take this dick chick, see if you can catch those. Trying to find the best one.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, Mom, beware of Archon. He has a thing for killing chickens. To do rituals. He's not to eat them. He's not normal.
Okay.
He comes from a very different culture where blood rituals are commonplace.
Okay.
So beware.
And shockingly effective.
It's shockingly effective. Like he has a magic stick.
Yeah. Honestly, his record.
Jasper keeps it on her at all times.
Okay. Your mother looks very confused.
Sorry, it's just the effect we
I
have on
know
people.
most parents worry about their children joining cults and committing child sacrifices and stuff.
This isn't
like,
a cult, it's a biker gang.
your mother seems weirdly unperturbed by this.
No, not so much that. She's just kind of rolling with it.
She's kind of just rolling with the punches, like a little too shocked.
And thankfully you're not dead.
My daughter's undead. I'm just gonna deal with it.
Yeah, my daughter is now like the chosen one of a god I've never heard of, but like
She doesn't even know that part yet.
Oh yeah, I told V this. I didn't know if you were within earshot. Yeah, I'm kind of the chosen one for the goddess Falnora, and I like take out my prayer book. And the goddess Falnora.
I've never heard of this deity.
Most people haven't. She's great. I've actually spoken with her.
Oh.
Yeah, I pull up my hand, like has light on it. Like, look, I'm a cleric. I do healing things now. I'm useful. I'm magical.
Oh, that would have been great a few months ago.
What happened a few months ago?
Our dog passed away. We got very sick.
Butter, no, not butter.
Anyways, I'm glad to have you and your
What did you think I
companions.
was wearing all this armor for?
Huh?
What did you think I was wearing all of this armor and
I
having
mean,
a
it's
maul
obvious.
and a million daggers on me?
I mean, as your father came back as an adventurer, I'm not surprised that you are definitely your father's daughter.
No, don't say that. I don't like that. Fabio. I'm not calling you dad. I'm calling you Fabio. Fabio's dead.
You should have one respect for him.
I'll respect him. I just won't call him dad since he didn't raise me.
It's not his fault.
But he didn't even write. He didn't even tell us he was leaving.
He did try to contact multiple times, and that's my fault.
What's that mean, Ma?
I was angry.
So you just chose not to tell me
She
about it?
bringing out the shoebox
Yes.
of old letters.
What?
She pulls out a box of
Mom!
letters, and she shows you all the letters that he had written, and the last one where he said he was finally coming home.
You want to tell me why you didn't tell me about it? Did you tell me?
No, I did not,
Why didn't you tell us?
because I wasn't sure if he was coming home. As an adventurer, it's a dangerous life, and I didn't want to get your hopes up.
You could have told us years ago that he was out doing something instead of like, oh yeah, he just left us when you were a baby. Like,
Again,
Wait, does her mother realize that that's the whole reason that you left?
does she?
no,
The
you
reason
just ran away.
the reason I left was to go find him and bring him back.
Well, that's
You could have told me.
fascinating.
Save me the trip.
Right? Like maybe I would have taken out freaking slave shit, Mom.
That is horrifying, but
Yeah, it was.
But I
Not pretty bad.
didn't even know that he was coming home until about 2 months ago.
Is he still out
He's standing next to us.
He's like looking. He just looks at you like,
He's just gone into a diabetic coma over there.
A chicken-based coma.
Like, oh.
father.
Oh, is the father still out?
Yeah, no. Oh wait, what? Out there? Like, oh, out in the yard?
Like
Yes.
standing next to him.
Yeah, he's like literally standing like right there.
As I'm running around, you know,
Chasing chickens.
looking at, inspecting chickens.
Securing the area.
Like an insight check on the dad. Just to see.
Go ahead and roll that beautiful beam footage.
I got a 16.
16.
Does my sixth sense survival skills just?
You know what? I'll let you have advantage on the roll since with your survival check. Since your survival check, I'll let it be as synergetic.
16.
It's been one of those nights.
Probably been one of those nights already.
Something seems off about this guy. You're not sure what. You can't pinpoint what.
Yeah.
But something definitely feels off.
Something he's secretly gay.
I mean, that makes two in the family. Like,
No, I'm gonna grab one of those chickens.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm asking, like, can I have this chicken?
Sure.
And I'm gonna let it go, like right at him.
And he grabs it.
And he's just like a farmer, right?
Yes. Well, a farmer that did go out adventuring, but still,
Still,
yeah.
sus.
We're not farmers that go out adventuring don't come back.
So he grabs it. Okay.
Hey,
He sets it down on the ground.
hey, father.
Yes.
You said you're an adventurer. How did you fight?
With a sword and my dagger. I lost it.
I grabbed one of my like 17 daggers and just not the sexy one. I'm keeping the sexy one. I give him one of my normal daggers.
Her mother isn't ready for the sexy dagger.
He grabs the dagger and he starts doing flip tricks with it, like throwing it in the air and catching it, and starts doing several forms that you recognize as rogue forms.
I like you a lot more already. I'm mad at my mom. I'm not mad at you anymore. You get a pass. You, Mom.
She looks and goes, "I'm sorry."
You should be. I nearly died
She
because
just-
I just wanted
She
to
goes,
find him.
"Oh, get over it." And
No, I'm not getting
and she goes, "I'm going to cook dinner for you and your friends."
Hi, Mom.
And your father says, "You really should have a little more compassion. She was trying to look out for your feelings, trying to spare your feelings."
One time she does. Also,
She was definitely scared when we took on that dragon.
like, what?
We killed a dragon.
What kind of dragon? What color? Metallic?
It
When,
was
where?
purple.
How old?
Wait, what?
Give me an Arcana check, everyone.
Like,
If you are proficient in Arcana, I want that Arcana check.
I've got
Actually, you know what? Everybody give it to me.
20 on that.
29 that.
12.
11! I have a +0 though, so that's pretty good.
Same.
Yeah.
17.
Again, I like this.
What did you get, Winter?
17.
Okay.
12. The only purple dragon I've seen is out of a smoke pipe.
There is a subset of dragons. You're familiar with the dragons because dragons are color coded for your convenience. There are metallic dragons, which are generally good. There are chromatic dragons, which are generally evil. But there is a very small subset of dragons known as gemstone dragons, and that,
Oh, we're
there
playing
is,
this game.
and that amethyst dragons are in fact a thing. Okay. Yeah. So the only purple dragon you've heard of is a amethyst dragon.
Do I know anything more than it's just it exists?
You know they have strange mind-based powers, like not magic. They're known as psionics, similar to a wizard, but
It's a
very
focus
powerful of the
dragon.
mind, not power of study.
It's like a sorcerer.
No, even more strange.
How long ago did this dragon attack?
Yeah, what did you find a dragon? You're cool. Please tell us about this. Was it an amethyst dragon? Was it a jet?
Yes, it was an amethyst dragon.
Where did you find it? Where? Why? How?
What it do? What does it eat?
What it smell like? Spill the tea.
Well, he
More
sits
time.
down and tells you a story of killing this dragon that was terrorizing a small town in land far, far to the east.
I'm a far travel. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know where he's talking about?
Sure.
Thinking about psi-powered dragons and having a flash.
13.
Firefly, where
13?
River says, "I can kill you with my mind."
Yeah. He's describing the kingdom of Valia to the far east on this continent.
They have good food on sticks.
Wait, what was it called? Valia?
The kingdom of Vilia, Vilia.
While he's telling this story, I want to kind of like walk around like I'm just pacing, and as I pass behind Archon, who I assume is the biggest person here, the biggest object around, I'm gonna use the wand of detect magic just to kind of get a look around.
I'm doing an insight check on his story.
Oh, his story is accurate.
He seems to be telling being truthful.
Nothing strange at the far, nothing magical on him.
No. His sword.
Okay. Any particular type of magic I can see, or just it's a magic sword?
Magic sword.
Nice sword. Okay.
It's a sword. It does sharp things.
Okay. So what do you guys do? Gets a little later, and
Did he say I could have that chicken?
yeah.
You threw it at him.
I'm gonna rip its head off
Oh,
and drain his blood in my one in my empty water skin.
I was about to say, you're
Okay.
really are.
What
Are you
ritual
thinking
is that
that
for
for
later for ritual purposes?
or for funsies. The guy's gotta have a hobby.
Are you like just letting it drip in, or are you just squeezing it out?
Squeeze it.
Chickens in my front yard are
Milk the
on.
cow.
All the other chickens
Stay
are
away from
hiding
my
in the
cows.
bushes.
What is doing? I'll be like,
No payment for the chicken.
No, we just.
he didn't charge me. That's my guy.
He asked for a chicken, and the dad was like,
So,
okay,
can I try and lead my dad away for a second?
sure.
I'd like to lead him out towards the barn in an area that no one else is at. So, Father, it's so weird. Mom told me that you just left.
I
I
know.
have a favor to ask.
Uh-huh.
Could you teach me how to rope? Could you teach me how to be sneaky? Like, I want to be sneaky. I want to do cool, nice things. I'm already good at sneaking up on people. I'm already good.
Oh, really?
I am. I'm very good at that.
All right.
I'm not showing.
He said he's willing to teach you as long as you're in town. He said it'll take about a month.
You don't
And
plan on
about 4 hours a day for a month.
You don't plan on leaving. Like, this was the whole goal, was to
No.
go back to Redfern.
Oh yes, I understand.
Yeah. So I go in for like that really awkward hug. Just like,
And he's like, okay, and he just embraces you.
yay. This is weird. This is also really sus. Can I do an insight check on him to see if he's like to see if he's done something? It's like if he has good intentions.
Okay, roll it.
Because again, I didn't roll great.
9.
He seems completely legit.
He seems legit. Okay, I will go with that. I want to be sneaky. I want to be a rogue. You want me to be.
I want a dad.
And I won my dad. I found him. He got money. I guess I got what I wanted. I'm just mad about how I found out.
That's rude.
I got everything I
Probably
wanted.
like trying to sneak out of your life for most of this.
I think my life, I'm really proud
That's
of
pretty dang good.
I'm gonna shrink you. I swear to God.
Eat those cookies.
Yeah.
Those are good.
They are
Yeah,
good.
very wholesome.
Thank you. Sugar-free and
Uh,
flour-free.
anybody else doing anything while you guys? Because Mom makes this huge feast. We're talking roast stag.
What's my mom's name?
You
Mom.
don't know your mom's name?
Do I know my mom's name? Are you gonna let me choose her name?
Lethora.
Lethora? How do you spell that?
Lethora.
When she goes off with the dad and everyone's still out front, I'll nod over to that tree and kind of pull it to the side and say, "You do know this is probably not her dad, right?"
Well, I thought of that because the dragon thing made me a little worried, but he's not magical. Whatever he is, he's real.
There's something off about it.
Yeah, this
I didn't want to mention that and upset you.
feels too convenient after everything that we've seen today.
I'll keep an eye out if you will.
Yeah. And whatever it is, it's not magical, so maybe he's just flat out a liar.
He's just a normal scumbag.
Exactly, maybe he's just a con man.
That might be very possible.
But everybody's stories, as soon as we got to Redfern, have been a little screwed up. And I don't know if that's connected or not, but that's what I'm worried about.
Just swindle your milkmaid mother out of her fortune.
Which is strange because he totally came with a fortune.
Listen, maybe we're just really
Okay,
cynical.
he's just really inexperienced in this whole scammer thing.
But again, the dragon thing is super suspect.
How is it sus?
The dragon thing was legit. Everything he told about fighting an amethyst dragon flies, no pun intended, flies true with everything you know about an amethyst dragon.
Be suspicious.
There's something going on.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Thank you.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Which she, by the way, Dasria tried to do earlier, to not be suspicious.
Well, too late. My mommy is going to treat you very well.
Are you mommy or is your mommy mommy?
My mommy.
Okay, good, because that was weird.
My mommy is definitely going to try and impress you. That's probably also why she made Stag. To try and impress the Duchess.
I've got a lot of good it's going to do right now.
Are you not impressed?
She's
You are not. If you're vegan, you're starving. What? If you're vegan, you're going to starve.
Are you kidding me? I have money. I had money.
She's
I have the money right now.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of milk and cheese here, so like.
Oh no, I hate that. We were on a ship for like 4 months.
I know.
I don't even know if we had hardtack.
You're not even an ovo vegan,
Are they-
so the chicken eggs even disgust you, right?
I will eat any food that is cooked in a reasonably nice manner, aka not garbage at this point. My standards have lowered.
Are you calling her mother's food garbage?
Right? Oh my god.
No, it is a Michelin star restaurant compared to the other
Once
shit
a
we've been
snob,
through.
always a snob. Jeez.
Alright, never mind.
I'm mad at my mom, but even I wouldn't say that to her.
I feel like this happened, like we came in after this like conversation about suspicions and now we're just yelling in the hallway.
But being mean to my mom, God.
Alright.
God.
She totally can't hear you in the next room.
Yeah, she can hear us shrinking for being mean to my mom.
I think it's you guys accusing her of being a brat. Well, she's like, no, this is great. It's not shitty, rotten hardtack. I didn't even think hardtack could get rotten. I assume that's what they fed us on the slave ship. If that.
You assume too much.
Wait, you think they fed us on the slave ship?
I mean, how long were we on that ship? Like 3 or 4 months?
Shove stuff down our throats. You shove food down our throats so we wouldn't starve ourselves.
Probably rats that were on board.
Probably. Maybe our shipmates who died.
I think
We ate them. Oh no! This is all a fever dream because we're all like trying to block out the trauma of becoming cannibals.
Right? My God.
Anyway, moving on with the story.
Moving along. So,
So,
what are you guys doing?
I'm stripping down and doing calisthenics.
In the living room or the yard?
In the front yard.
The sister trying very hard.
Naked
not
hot
to
yoga.
notice.
Jumping jacks.
Yes.
I like to inquire if I am able to keep it up with my siblings.
Your siblings.
Stretching.
Remind me of how and where your siblings were.
Um, so we have one sister. All of them are older. She's a farmer. Not sure if she's a farmer here or there. I was leaving it up to you. Another older sister works in an adventurer, but don't know where she's at. And then older brother sailor. Don't know where he's at. Or don't know, like, as in I didn't set a place, but I said I kept in contact with them regularly. But I assume I had a
For
place.
the last 6 months, obviously, you haven't heard from anybody because
Okay.
Being a slave.
being on a slave ship. You can go and look them up if you'd like. Locally, they are. Your one sister is a farmer out here, or was at least, or was. You haven't kept up, keep up. The other sibling, the last you heard, I think it's the brother who is the sailor. The last you heard, they took up with a ship, and you haven't heard anything back from them in a little while. It's got you a little worried. And then the other sibling that's an adventurer, you'd have to go into town at your normal drop where there's a message board in the tavern where you would go to get your information from.
Which is where I'd like to go.
Okay. You guys see Idris? Are you telling your party about this?
Nope.
Everybody, you guys notice Idris disappears.
Dinner's already.
I don't.
Dinner
I've already
just got
disappeared
served.
somewhere myself.
No, this is the next day, my bad.
Oh, this is the next day after this. Okay.
Oh.
Is there anybody else doing anything strange that evening?
No.
I'm not
Dasher
doing
is gonna
anything.
find a quiet corner to start writing something. I don't know if she had paper, so she actually thinks she'd ask the mother if they had any decent paper and an envelope.
They don't, but she's like, I can send our
Dun-dun.
hold on, give me a second here.
Manservant? Manfred?
What's a
Hold on a
husband?
second. I'm sorry. The DM just had a brain.
He's a manservant. A manservant named Manfred.
Man? Oh gosh, is it like a Handmaid's Tale?
I didn't even see that. I wanted to make a bad pun.
Oh, she goes, we can send our farm boy out there.
Oh, farm boy.
And out there,
Of course.
he's a farmhand who helps us with.
No.
No.
As you wish.
As you wish.
But yeah, she would appreciate that.
So wait, was the farm boy there when I left?
No, they have money to hire a farm boy.
I was the farm boy. I couldn't play.
Does it?
They needed extra hands to help them the farm, and they've actually now they have 10 acres.
And the pool boy in a pool up.
10 acres, they have.
Don't have a pool
They
yet.
have
There's a pool boy.
a pair of oxen that helps with the plow. They don't have to plow by hand anymore.
Nice. Maybe
I mean-
do that. I hated that chore.
Yeah.
And they want to hire Archon to be their personal trainer now.
No, he's the pool boy.
I would hire him too.
I mean, I would. I approve Barkon.
If he is going.
What did I say your mother's name is?
Lathora.
Do I have a last name? I don't think I
You
ever
never
gave
gave a last name, and
Hawthorne.
No, it's Farmer.
My last name is Farmer.
This is like old school. If you are a Smith, your last name is Smith.
Really? I
If
love
you are a
it.
Thatcher, your last name is Thatcher.
What's a Thatcher? Which is why
One who
there's
puts
so
thatching on
many
roofs.
Smiths running around. Is because
Well, no.
muscles, sweating.
No, Smith's
Stop
came.
it.
That's a whole different thing.
It's
Anyways,
a
My
thing.
last name was Cobbler. You made a lot of
If
pies.
they're sending someone out for paper, if they're sending someone out for paper, she also asks if you can get some wax for sealing the envelope. Don't need to bother with a
Your father's name is Gillen.
stamp though.
I thought his name
Wait.
was. You said Fabio last time.
Fabio. That's right.
Fabio.
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 Fabian.
Which name is it?
It was Fabian.
Fabian. I apologize.
Fabian.
I forget I gave him a name.
Yeah, it was
Fabian.
This guy's gotta go.
Yeah.
He's sketchy as hell.
Anyways.
This is getting really sketchy.
Anyway, so Idris, you go into town. You find that inn, and there's an old there's an old ratty paper that you had to go under other papers to find. And okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages.
Adventurers, had a long day in the dungeon. One too many dragon slayings left you with that not so fresh feeling. Is the stinky tiefling, you know, the one I mean, the one smelling like sulfur and egg flatulence. She is even telling you, bro, you're stinky. I ask you, brothers and sisters of the sword, is this to be our fate? Will the saucy maidens at the Red Dragon Inn recoil when you show them your huge battle axe? Will the flaxen-haired elf boys turn their noses when you waft by in your chainmail bikini? Nay! Nay, I say, this shall not be our fate. Instead, take control of your destiny and your scent with our new line of Archon's victory oils and musks. Be the hero you've always known, everyone has known you to know yourself to be. Our fragrances include such classics as Bloody Eucalyptus, Entrails and Effervescence, Sex Panther, and Dirty 20. You know, the good dirty. So until next time, adventurers, remember, if you ever get to it and you don't do it, may you never get to it to do it again. Stay glorious, my friends.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Inglorious Ingrates. And we have settled on a couple of things. Number one, the big kingdom to the east, that is rumored to be at war. That war is coming. Is the kingdom of Denethil.
Denny's?
Denny.
We going to Denny's?
Denny?
Idris, you go and you find under layers and layers of notes left on the message board. You eventually do find a note from your adventurer sibling saying that they were heading off to Bavitia, two countries over. That there is they've heard rumor, their party had heard rumor of a fabled gem in a tomb that they were going to go. And there are no other notes from your adventurer sibling.
Travel to where was that country it's spelling out?
BevitkIA.
Gotcha. Got it, okay.
Your sailor sibling left a note. And it is not in standard common. It is in pirate cant. That's a thing. Basically saying they got picked up for a crew, didn't realize who he was running with until they had basically killed and looted in a couple of merchant ships and picked up a bunch of slaves. He and the rest of the crew are now wanted, and so if he comes back, it will be under heavily disguise kind of going thing.
Okay.
All of that is written as
Heavily.
One big
one big long
Are the spaces between the R's or what actually give you what's really being
creates
said? Like a
the words,
barcode.
right?
It's a barcode!
Some of the letters are larger
Thank
and
you.
smaller than the other ones.
Took me a while, but I found it.
Did he say where? Anything about his whereabouts currently or where they were based out of?
Actually said he couldn't say, but that you might know. Kind of thing.
Alright. Do I need to go roll like a history check or something like that?
No, you are based on where he's saying. It's a certain. There is a certain. Shall we say, locale that you have a map for, that you're getting the idea that he is currently located at.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And I know where that's at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then anything on the third sibling?
The farming sibling?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But generally, they didn't leave you notes there. They generally expected you to show up at home.
Okay. So I'd like to leave at least fresh messages, these entire camp to the brother, as well as inquiring about, or just putting a fresh stamp saying, out in search of my sister, whatever on top of it, fresh.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to make a difference, but if somebody were to just look through it at some point, they would see. I posted that I was going out there.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'd like to go with my other sibling.
Okay. Heading out to the farm. And I'm sad to say this. There's no farmhouse there. There is just empty plot of land. The farm, what's left of where the farm was, is grown over. And there's no sign of anything. Give me a survival check. Or nature.
Oh my god, she did.
Don't say that.
It's like hella dead though. It's like the things have overgrown the thing.
I'm dead.
Actually, no, I'm dead, technically.
You said
You are.
survival or
I am the Duchess of Death.
Survival or sorry, give me a second.
nature.
Or nature.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do some nature. Let's do some nature, brother. That's 16.
This has been this way for upwards of 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Ironically, around the same time the orphanage.
Everything else
Yeah,
is all
everything
this
is
one up here sitting together. It's like when the fire happened, apparently somebody else's siblings have died. I believe somebody mentioned that, right? Am I crazy, or was that?
I did one thing I meant to mention that I don't think
My
we
siblings
mentioned.
at the orphanage.
I gained a sibling.
Her brother's missing.
Well, okay, we actually had to talk that out. That got retconned. He's always been missing, or he's been missing for a few years.
Okay.
So her dad came
Okay.
back also at the same time period.
Which is different than what he originally said.
Anything, even if I go inquire about, hey, what happened? What happened to that plot of land over there?
Fire one day. It was really bad. House burnt down. She do you explain that it's your sister?
No.
Your sister.
The woman who went there ended up in abject poverty. And last I heard, she was a beggar in the streets of Redfern.
Sounds like she was a witch.
Archon, be nice.
Oh,
Be
he's not there.
sensitive.
That is when he's not there. Doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah,
there
you
were
guys-
several witches at the orphanage.
You guys aren't there. He went off on his own.
Even though with her background though, like do you remember the backstory about that? They said she's still living as a beggar.
Yeah.
Okay. After the fire, she went to inner city of Redfern begging. Okay. Cool. Appreciate them kindly. Then I asked if anybody had heard like the name of Idris, or does anybody recognize me? Is what I'm questioning. Like, I'm obviously kind of more hooded up and all that. I don't try to make my features obvious. I just inquire about the name.
Yeah, that was her brother, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't seen him in quite some time.
Okay, cool. That's fine with me. And yeah, I'm just gonna go back to Avery's.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis, like family feud, or
You're on Family Feud?
basically it's family feud.
I mean, like, we nearly won Family Feud. The fam stuff going down? Idris?
Just took a walk.
I'm sure.
Very long walk.
Good.
I'm sure. So did you go by the orphanage?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Were we all there together? Is my question.
Okay, so how far is the orphanage?
No,
from where I live?
he walked over there by himself. He's blocking the group.
No, yeah, I didn't walk over to go check the orphanage.
How far is the orphanage from my house? Like, is it within walking distance?
It's within the walls of the city.
Oh, okay. So wait, I have to go into the. Am I inside or outside the city walls at my house?
You guys are outside the city walls. Your farm is, but
How easy is it to get in?
it's fairly easy. I mean, the kingdom is at peace.
Okay, so I can just like walk in essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You just leave us at your house,
I'm not
Bye.
saying I will.
awkwardly chatting with your father, like, hey, so how's it been abandoning your daughter for 16 years?
Daughters.
Daughters. I don't care about the other ones. You're the only one at the party I care about.
I'm gonna go over to Sakura and I'm like, hey, you want to go investigate the ruins
I'm not
of the
there.
orphanage? Oh, you're not there.
Everybody left without you.
I thought Archon was on the left.
You all haven't seen me since before dinner yesterday, actually.
You missed dinner.
Okay.
Is this the next day?
So then I would like to go to the orphanage to go investigate the ruins.
Are we dealing with this, or are we dealing with the other thing we PM'd about? Okay. Yeah. So there was the attack. You got overwhelmed, and after you went feral, they tried to drown you. They just left you there, thinking you were going to be gone. Eventually, you did breathe, realized you're not drowning, and you work yourself out of your bonds, come to the surface of the pond that they dropped you in, and that's new.
So I was under there for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Like hours as you were trying to work yourself out of your bonds.
Did I recognize any of these hooligans? Okay.
They seemed to be a bunch of street thugs. Which is new. Things like this weren't really a thing in Redfern.
Used to be something I helped prevent from happening. So.
Are you Batman?
No. I wasn't one of those orphanage kids who looked after their
Dick Grayson?
foster siblings.
Basically.
Sorry.
Okay.
And after they kicked me out of the orphanage, I started street fighting in Redfern. So yeah, I met
Any but better?
several different crowds there. Let me go see if Avery wants to go to the orphanage.
Okay. Next day, you see Sakura show up, soaking wet, like sopping wet. Asks you if you want to go to the orphanage.
Can I ask why you're covered in water?
Idris is there too. At this point,
You
Idris,
assume it's
you're
water.
done with your things.
Yes, you may.
What happened? What happened? Are you okay? You disappeared for a day. And now you're soaking wet. Maybe you took a shower while you were gone. I don't know. We good?
That's it. Yeah, I took a shower.
Cool. That's not suspicious.
Let's
I
go to
would
the
love to
orphanage.
go to the orphanage. I want to see if we can
Why are
find
you looking
some
right
Directly at me.
I'm looking at the door.
I stare at random objects. Get over yourself. Okay.
Damn.
I would love to go to the orphanage.
Anybody else planning on going?
Actually,
Are we invited?
you might want to go to the orphanage. Didn't your family sort of like sponsor the orphanage?
Yeah.
That's news to me.
No, your family was very philanthropic.
I was about to say, you're like
okay.
the anti-orphan. No, you aren't. Like the
You were
anti-orphan.
that snobby kid who came with the people that brought us gifts for Christmas.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Dang, I should have with you.
All of her gifts from the previous
Yeah.
I never used
The ones
it, but I
that
was
rich
going
kids quit
to.
playing with. 2
She will
or 3
ask
later.
though.
The broken toys.
As good as you've been about not getting my title right, I actually would like to not use the title for now.
You don't.
Shockingly, I'm kind of worried as to what will happen if people try to claim I'm impersonating a dead duchess.
Well, I can call you princess now.
Do what? Sorry.
I call you princess.
I'd really rather just not play the game.
That's a little bit more gay than I think this town is ready for.
That can be your fighting name when we go do some street fights.
Yeah, well, like this is a princess. She will go hard. And she can read her books.
Princess Knuckle Sandwich.
She is the knuckle sandwich.
Okay.
Nerd, you gotta read.
You guys head into town and you see the lot. It's completely burned out.
We took John
it's
John
in the-
with us too.
Yeah, take John. He was an orphan.
Oh, good.
John
Collateral
John
damage.
says it's too painful and traumatic. His eyes kind of get really like 1,000-yard stare, and he's like, I don't want to go back.
That's
Can
fine.
you at
You
least
can hear
tell
the
us
scream
where
from his
we could
dreams.
maybe find the other survivors?
He has no idea.
He doesn't know. We'll find them. We'll find
I understand, little one. You stay here.
Bye, John. I give him a pat on the head.
Okay, you guys get there and see there's a burned out, empty lot
Thanks.
where
Completely
only
burned
the only barely any of the bones of it are left.
So you left the bones of the children?
Oh.
out. They might have.
The bones of the you know, basically of the structure, you know. And you walk in or walk around it, taking a look around, and you see the remains of some burned toys, like a doll that's been completely scorched and nearly destroyed. You see things of that nature. And this is
not one to hold my composure. So.
you are not holding your composure.
I comfort
I'm
her.
falling out in tears.
I comfort her.
Praying to
Also cry a
Falinor
little
to
bit.
help me find the survivors.
Yeah, can I pray to Felmore for those who may have been lost?
Sure, give me a percentile.
Yeah, for those who've been lost.
You
And
guys are
everyone
one by
just
Gary.
folks trusting your gods to give you answers.
Yes, because she is. Falnora is good. Falnora is great. I cast detect magic. 81.
81. Nothing.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
No, nothing.
As you guys are going, because this is a very run down. This is like become part of the ghetto.
Yeah.
Always
Well,
been part of the
That's
ghetto.
what I'm saying. Like, wasn't it always part of the ghetto?
Yes, but it was on like the edge of it.
But now it's like.
Now it's fully in the inner city kind of thing. A filthy woman in rags, her hood down. Hey, can you spare a few coppers for someone in need?
I give her 10 silver.
Can I do a perception to see if I recognize her?
Go ahead.
I give her a gold.
That's a natural 20.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is your sister. She looks half out of her mind. She looks at you and goes, "It's generally considered uncouth to stare." And she kind of takes you quiet. Bless you, sir. Falinor, bless you. And she walks off.
Wait, did we say Falnor out loud?
No.
No.
Hey, madam?
Yeah.
Miss? We're actually followers of Falnor. We haven't met any other followers.
Who?
Followers of Falnor?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You just said your name. You just said Falnor, bless
There's no
you.
such a thing. And she walks out with this
Our lady
Days.
works in mysterious
very
ways.
glazed
I'm putting out my axe.
Did you go?
Hold on.
You're not fighting!
Yeah, hold
She's a
on.
follower of Falnor.
Hey,
She's good.
hey, everybody just stop.
No.
Everybody, hey.
That's my
Llama.
sister.
Alama.
A llama.
Nobody's used my name in years. Who are you?
You're the only one that would ever look up to you when you helped me find my way through the orphanage. It's your brother.
Her eyes kind of clear up for a moment. She goes, Beatrice, it's you. And she walks towards you. I mean, the stench is horrendous.
Full embrace.
And she breaks down crying. She goes, I hadn't heard from you in months. I thought you were gone. I thought you had died. And she just breaks down. She goes, and there was the fire, the farm, and the attack. And it was horrible. And she just breaks down crying.
And I look to Avery. It's like, got room for one more here.
I always do. What did you say her name was?
Alama. E-L-A-M-A.
Yelena.
And she's just crying, sobbing.
Does she look like hurt at all after being on the streets?
She's beat up pretty bad.
I'll throw whatever
Yeah.
cloak I got onto her.
I want to cast.
I mean, she's covered head to toe in layers of filthy rags.
It's not leverage.
Give me a medicine check.
Can I assist with that? I'm
Sure.
trained in that.
Is Winter here? You want to do prestidigitation on her?
I can do prestidigitation too. Yeah.
Cool.
I was letting them do their thing first.
16.
16.
I could.
She is carrying some kind of disease. You don't know what it is, but she does have some sort of disease.
I was going to say she smells kind of clean.
Did somebody say something about prestidigitation?
I can do prestidigitation.
Oh, I thought you were
They both
doing
do.
it. I thought you guys
Okay.
were actually casting it.
I'm going to back away.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
Cure wounds. Okay. Her wounds. She goes, thank you. We're not well treated as beggars.
I know. We have spare clothes at the house. We'll get you fed. We had a large dinner last night. We have plenty of leftovers. And we're gonna make good food tonight. It'll be a good night.
Yeah, I'll cast prestidigitation on her to help clean up her clothing.
She's just like,
So,
when could you use magic? When did this become a thing?
sister, just let's get back to someplace private.
Full on
And then
smell
her
it.
eyes glaze over again. Who are you?
Whoa.
What? I'm sorry, I have to get back to my lean-to, or somebody's going to take it. She starts shuffling away.
No, wait, you're gonna come with
Yeah,
us.
no, I hold on to her hand. It's like, it's interest. Remember interest?
Interesting.
Can I cast detect magic?
Interesting. My brother, where have you been? I thought you were dead. And she goes into the same thing all over again.
I'm gonna put her to sleep.
Oh.
Okay.
We need to take her someplace where we can talk to her in a safe environment. Where can we go to your place?
Kidnap a woman
Yeah,
in
the
broad daylight.
bar's pretty private.
She's a homeless woman. No one can care. That's
One of
why I
us
want
can
that.
probably do the healing that she needs. We need to take her.
It's like a priest or something.
Yes.
They're like a professional doctor, not some 12-year-old.
Well, I will implore to all of you. I don't care how much money it takes. I don't care how much time it is. I want to get her sane.
As you guys are going there, you see two guardsmen show up, are walking down the street, and they say, "Oh there, is that woman? Is that woman with you? Is she all together?
Yep.
We're looking for a woman who's escaped from the asylum."
No, you see, she's had a really rough day. She kind of just collapsed in his arms. I just saw her stumble over and look like she came from a building.
They look at
maybe
each
wrong.
other like, "Great, drink her. We'll take her off your hands." It's
No,
okay.
no. We're gonna take her home
We
and take
got
care
it.
of her.
Thank you, authorities.
Do you know her?
She's a family friend.
All right. Well, on our way. Gotta
Have a
find
nice day,
that
officers.
other old coot who escaped. And they start talking about a description of this person. Give me a intelligence check with advantage.
Make an
That's a net
intelligence
18 right there, so 21.
Boy, if that one doesn't sound familiar. The description sounds like absolutely could be your mentor.
This is crazy
And
lady
he's-
that they're talking about?
No, this dude, some dude. They're talking about somebody else who escaped from the asylum, and that they escaped together.
Remember that plan I talked about before?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's out the window. She doesn't care anymore. So they think, where is the asylum compared to here? Do we know?
They point down the road up the further up the higher. The castle in this place sits up on a hill, and the rest of the town kind of rings out in a half moon around it further down, and they point further up into the east, which is still in the ghetto, but it's kind of on the edge of the ghetto.
And then, but the guards are telling you this now?
Yeah, they're giving you instructions. They're like, why do you want to know this?
Well, it sounds quite dangerous. I mean, how long ago did these hooligans escape?
Oh, they're not hooligans. They've just apparently just lost their minds. It happens to the best of them. But when we can't find anybody to care for them, that's where we put them.
Lost their minds how?
Who knows? But it happens to people. Some people just can't handle stress of life, and it breaks them.
Sir, I have a question. Has there been a recent influx of people going and or escaping from the asylum? I just
They
don't.
look at each other like,
I just don't remember.
not that I can think of.
I just don't remember ever hearing of anybody escaping from the asylum. We have.
We
I
have
haven't
a
been here in a while.
we have a low security ward for the ones who are most harmless, and they get a few more freedoms, and sometimes
Use them.
they break out. They're harmless. They just wander around dazed and confused, and it's usually not a problem.
There hasn't been an increase in these kind of cases.
Not that I recall.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Inside.
I'd also like to inside check.
Okay.
19 plus.
There's been a lot of people with memory issues around this town.
1 to 20. 30, 20.
What'd you get?
About 15.
15 Arcana? Okay. You don't hear anything. He's hiding something. He knows something. You're not sure what it is, but something about asking about the influx. He's hiding something about it, but you can't pinpoint what it is. And you find that very strange that you can't pinpoint that.
Pinpoint that I don't know what he's trying to hide.
What he's trying to hide. You can't pinpoint that. You feel like he's definitely hiding something, but you cannot for the life of you figure out what.
There's more to the story.
Okay. Got it. I want to whisper over to Dastria and be like, we need to take them with us. And we need to find out what the fuck they're doing. And I will swear to God, we will rip every fucking limb off of them if it gets what we need.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think that will be useful to us. I would rather take a different method. I would like to go check out the insane asylum myself and see what kind of records are publicly available.
Alright.
Listen, you can giggle all you want.
No, alright.
That's. I think my point is, I think there's a non-violent option.
Alright. So,
For all your violent needs, you can go to Archon.
that's why I don't go to him right now, because I know he will do it.
No, it's there.
Archon.
You don't know how many people are missing.
You want to go spar with me?
Yeah.
Sure. I know a place where
So,
there's
anybody
fights
have
going on
any
all the
questions
time.
for the guards?
Do it.
I don't think so. I asked all mine. I actually do have one. Hey, sir, where is the asylum around here? If any more did escape.
There.
Oh, sorry. Where was it?
Further up to the east, on the edge of the ghetto.
Is that where they also keep the more violent people who have lost their sanity?
Yes, but they're under multiple sets of securities.
Okay.
Multiple layers of security there.
Okay. Thank you. Sounds great. Just don't want to, head near there. People are escaping.
Definitely don't want to go that way.
No, well, again, the only place that we've had this is with the lower security ones. I mean, it's it happens once in a while. It's not terribly large deal. It's again just a matter of we have to tighten things around for the low security folks. Okay. All right. What's next? What are you guys doing?
I think we should take your sister back either to my house or to get her help reached right now. But I don't know of any. Do I know of any priests or people?
Yeah, there's a temple in town to a number of the good gods. It's basically a small pantheon of the good gods. Multiple clerics of various faiths in there.
Do we want to go to them right now, or do we want to? I think we should probably talk about them.
Yeah.
What's up?
We got a container from the crypt, didn't we? Like in a tin.
The salve? I think that was for.
The orange.
Yeah, it's Q-Gum's ointment. It's just a healing salve.
The creature receives it can get 2d8 plus 2 hit points, ceases to be poisoned, and is cured of any disease.
Oh, she is diseased right now.
That's what we determined, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has something.
Who probably knows with it? When I tried to detect magic, did I see anything magical on her?
Nothing magical.
Well, if we got it, we should use it. If you don't mind.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
She's your sister.
But that's me as a player. We need to do some stuff as characters to
Okay.
figure that out, I guess.
I
Or
mean, no,
if we've done some
you guys know of
identification
the, you guys know of the properties of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's perfectly within reason.
Unless somebody's taking ownership of it, that I should be aware
I
of.
don't think so. We're
It's
keeping
become
it as
it's a
party.
party. It's considered
Yeah.
a party resource.
party
I think.
This is a perfect place to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says it usually contains 1d4 plus 1 doses as well. So
It's 5. I rolled. It's 5 full doses.
cool.
Nice.
So now it's got 4. Somebody who's got that down, Avery, I believe you're keeping track of stuff.
Okay.
Make sure you write down only has 4 doses left. And yeah, her disease goes away, but
Mental.
I mean, you have no idea she's asleep, but her disease definitely cleans up. She's fine.
Okay. So, finding that at least her illness is taken care of, I have no other need or see any necessity to go bring her anywhere else until we can maybe.
Well, the sleep only lasts a minute, technically. So she's probably not going to be out for much longer.
Take her to Avery's.
Yeah, I still want to take her
Because
to
she's
see.
been cured too. That may take some time for her to wake up.
Yeah.
Recovery, healing, you know.
And I also like to get her something.
Even past the minute, she seems to be passed out. Like it doesn't look like she slept well.
She's very
Oh.
exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take her home and then we'll let her rest, get her some clean clothes, get her some food, get her some fresh water.
Yeah.
Get her healing.
Okay.
Archon and I would like to go sparring.
You want to go take Archon to the back
Find some place to practice.
to practice, or are you going to go find one of the street fights?
Yes.
Okay, street fights.
Same difference.
Okay, you guys are taking her, getting her tended. When she does finally wake up the next day, she still has the dementia, and it's bad. I mean, like bad.
It repeats every so many.
You can generally get her about for an hour at best, but other than that, like she keeps.
That's nothing
Who are you?
magical. That's
Where
like
am
a
I?
response to trauma or.
Who are you? Where am I? That she keeps doing that every once in a while. Okay, so street fight. Who's going?
Okay.
He said, I meant that you haven't been. They didn't invite you or take you. So what's Musey doing?
Muse is inviting herself.
Tagging along. Okay. Which one of you guys wants to go first? There's a good number of people. In fact, there is a dragon. It's not a dragonborn, but somebody who is definitely,
A half dragon?
probably a half dragon, who's standing there just. Hey, you.
You don't want
Musie's turned into a total
Let's
like
do this.
woohoo girl. Just, like, fan
And
on
people
the
are throwing
entire thing.
bets back and forth.
Put your body
exactly what I imagined.
And there's people putting odds 3-1 against Archon. Is anybody betting? Any of you guys
Were
betting?
we invited?
We're not-
If you want to invite yourself, you're welcome to.
I mean, after we take her home,
Parents said they'll.
take care
Take
of
care
her.
of her.
Stay with her.
I'm gonna
Okay.
bet a gold piece on Archon.
Okay.
I'm betting a gold piece on Archon.
All right.
Like, he's our boy. Wait,
I play for
Can I-
value and money, so I
can
don't
I also very sneakily? Do you want me to cast guidance on you?
It's only for a check. That doesn't add.
I thought it also helped to hit.
Double check that.
That's
I don't believe
bless.
so.
It's only
That's bless.
ability
Oh, I'll
checks,
cast bless on you.
skill checks and stuff.
I'll cast bless on you.
You get a D4. She just casts it on
Oh.
you.
I
Okay.
give you a very like affirmative like tap bicep like.
And he goes,
bless.
so
what kind of-
Handshake.
And I guess
Any
that's where
rules?
it'll come.
or anything
This
goes.
could be on 3 people, right?
What is the question?
Yeah, I also give
Any
it
rule,
to.
he wants to know if you want to put any limits on the fight, or
Limits.
he goes. The only thing is, was
Is this
this
a real fight or is this like a,
He says the
are
only.
you a real fighter?
Yeah, am I a real fighter? Of course I am.
And why are you asking me about limits?
The only limit.
Go on.
It's up to you.
Well, the only obvious choice is no
You
woman.
can fight 2 music?
The only rule in the city is we're not allowed to fight to the death.
Well, let's go outside of the city.
Jesus, I'm like, hold on.
Looks around, and everybody else kind of
I
looks.
think
at
he needs to
straight.
make a morale check on that.
Everybody else kind of looks around. And
How
goes,
many like
does anybody know this guy? Like, who invited him?
Do they recognize Sakura?
Yeah.
Musie's just gonna shout like.
Can you explain that rule to him? Like, we're not allowed to fight to the death, and we only do this for fun.
Musie's gonna like shout from like hiding behind people in the crowd.
Sure.
What are you, chicken?
children fight for fun?
Like I said, we're sparring, so don't kill anybody today.
Weapons or no weapons?
Doesn't matter.
No weapons. Do no weapons.
It's up to you.
You're the one with all the limitations. You tell me.
Fine. Weapons it is.
Still want to bring your grade.
Also, bless goes on 3 people, so I also gave it to Key, and then does anybody else want?
Is music gonna go?
Dasri's a little scatterbrained right now.
I'll give it to Dastria.
You can go ahead and do that. She doesn't look like she's fully there.
Okay. So roll for initiative.
That's fair. She's a little off.
What weapon does he bring out?
He pulls out a longsword. He's not using a shield, but
Use
he pulls
the
out a
great.
longsword.
Oh.
Silver greatsword.
Take my axe. And I'll set it on the ground next to me.
Oh.
Do you want the stick for luck?
And I'll
Fight with your stick.
I'm pulling out my dagger.
Okay. Winter, are you going to the street fight with them? Are you going to the street fight with them? Are you betting any money?
I'd like to put 3 gold on Archon.
Well, it's 3-1 against. So if he wins, you're getting 9 gold. Everybody else who bet at 1 gold gets 3. So-
got no money to bet.
As I'm pulling my dagger, as I'm
Give me
setting my
50 mark.
axe to the side and pulling out my dagger and twirling my intimidation check of 18.
Oh. He looks, kind of goes. He looks like he's a little put off by the fact that you set the axe down and pulled out a dagger,
He's just like,
and he
Is he
launches
messing with
himself at
me?
you. I got a nat 20 for my initiative. What'd you get?
12.
Okay. So he's going to attack first. First thing he's going to do is breathe fire on you. Go
You're just
ahead
gonna let him
and
attack first.
give me a dexterity saving throw.
That's 16.
Okay, you make it. You're only going to take half damage.
Okay.
Give me a second. Let me roll 76. 17. So half of that is 8. Take 8 points of fire damage. And he's going to make his 2 longsword attacks. So that is a 19 and a nat 20.
Good God.
Did you count your
Does a 19 hit you?
plus for the save?
Does a 19 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I
I
wasn't
should have
sure.
cast Shield of
Yeah.
Faith on you. I should have cast Shield of Faith on you. Might be.
A little too late.
I know.
15.
You're not doing anything to help.
You might kill me.
21 points of slashing damage.
Kill me first round.
And he pulls out a short sword. And does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
And 7 points of piercing damage from the short sword. As he just comes at you, he breathes fire and then jumps through the flames and just starts hacking at you. It's your turn.
I'm dead.
You're down.
Well, you did like 37 points of damage in one round.
Oh shit.
No!
I'm only third level. I can't compete against that.
Archon!
He looks down. He looks. You guys see Archon bleeding out. He goes, medic. Spits on Archon.
Oh!
Walks off back to the ring. And he's just doing this, and people are just cheering. And he's just like,
Pinky. Sakura Lucky.
we're talking. Anybody seen the movie Bloodsport? The movie TIE Fighter. That movie TIE
No, I
Fighter.
haven't seen it.
Sakura.
Are there any rocks on the ground?
Casters
Yeah, you can find the rock.
You shot the rock in the back of the dude's head.
Yeah!
Roll
It's not gonna
with
be good.
dexterity.
It's not gonna be
It's a
good.
dexterity attack. And you know what? I'll even give you proficiency.
Oh.
It's throwing rocks.
That's a 23.
Oh!
Drill guns down.
Give
Goes,
me,
oh fuck,
give
Hines.
me a D4 plus your dexterity modifier.
Jack, what do you do for it?
It's an improvised weapon.
Plus dex, you said?
Yes.
4 damage.
Pops him in the back of the
I
head.
did more
Now
damage
give
than
me,
you.
now give me a stealth check.
Deflecting music.
That's a nat 16 with plus 2, so 18.
Who the hell threw that? I charge him and jump kick.
Roll for initiative.
Go, Sakura! With thaumaturgy, can she just yell, don't be a dick? Oh.
I got an 11.
Better than the regular 6.
Okay.
Oh,
He goes,
man.
Another challenger!
and he's going to attack you in a similar fashion. 2 longsword attacks and a short sword. Okay, that he's got a
This is getting out of
17,
hand quickly.
18, and a 16.
First 2 hit, the rest does not.
Okay. Nine points of slashing and or slashing damage. And hold on, let me see if this reset. It did. And make a dexterity saving throw.
Not 20.
Holy crap! So you're going to take quarter damage.
Go on.
Nice. 10, 15, 21, 25, and that's half is 12, half again is 6. You basically, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, fly through it and manage to come out barely singed with this cool, awesome, like anime attack pose.
Sakura's absolutely an anime fighter girl.
Yes,
You
yes,
just
she is.
realized this? Her name
It is
Sakura.
now your turn,
I know.
Sakura. You are within
Sure.
melee range.
She runs everywhere. She is Naruto.
Okay, what you doing, Sakura?
Okay. Magic, is that allowed in these things?
Limits.
No limits.
Just making sure.
No limits also means that you can have your party members join you.
Oh, I forgot. You did a jump kick. You did a surprise attack. So before he even does that, you need to roll your attacks for that. I apologize. I should have let you have that.
Poor Archon.
FYI, somebody drugged Archon to the side and just bandaged him up so he's not bleeding out.
Is he still out though?
Oh yeah.
I would go ahead and put down a heal for Archon.
Archon. That's yeah. I'm gonna go check.
Roll
on
whatever it is. What'd you get, Score?
After you take the attack, this is the first one, but I'm going to spend a key point and do 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
Archon, take 15 healing points.
Okay. Thank you.
For those of you at home, this has just become an absolutely amazing episode.
An 11's probably not going to hit.
No, an 11's not.
22, I think.
22 is going to hit. Go ahead and give me damage. Oh, max damage.
Woo!
Yeah, that's 8 damage.
What kind of attack is this? This is just unarmed flak damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay, he's going to swing at you. Nah, 7's not going to do it. 17 and an 18.
Those 2 will hit.
So short sword and long sword. 11 points of piercing and or slashing damage. And
Yes!
No!
you drop. Okay. Even in treachery. And just spits and walks away.
Hey!
Medic!
I'm next. No. Yes. Me.
You're the medic.
I don't care.
Oh, really? Bring it, little girl.
Where you need to
Let's
walk away.
go. We're all gonna try to kill her.
Yeah, we're all jumping him now, I guess.
I'll wait my damn turn.
Oh, you're jumping
Fights
with
are not
her?
meant to be.
Yes.
I don't care.
Oh, 2 and 1. Ah! Now you're hearing a 5-1 odds against you guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Bring it on, cupcake.
Roll initiative.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait my damn
I got
turn.
15.
I want to see a terrible matchup of wizard versus whatever the hell he is.
16.
Okay. You, me, her. Okay. Hold on a second. I gotta roll.
There we go.
I gotta roll see if his breath weapon recharged.
Oh, how's Archon
Okay.
feeling about all
Here's
this?
what are you doing? You're running up to him, I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah, we're not pulling out
These fights
any
are
of the stops. Moo-moo's coming
Wouldn't
out.
better, but this gets your
My
adrenaline
spiritual
up.
weapon. See this cute little cat with fairy wings. Let's see if you'll.
Ah!
Ugh, she misses.
Horribly. I saw that 5.
It's a 9.
So early on in the game,
Okay.
you said
So, and
what
then-
warrior until you've been knocked unconscious at least half a dozen times.
So glad our party has such a death wish.
It's been a stressful day.
Look, man, my pride is
It's been a special week.
And it's still
You're
he's making
stressed out.
heads
Why
and
not?
he's still going.
your hole.
It's
What do you got?
addictive. This is why. This is
We
why
are going to
Stacker.
do
It's kind of wild.
Team bonding.
guiding bolt.
Team
Yeah,
bonding.
quack
We get our
mode.
butts kicked together. That's where he's waiting her turn. So let's get our ass
God,
one on
you're
one.
in dice tail.
Okay, and you jumped out. You jumped out as well to attack. First, he turns to you, and he breathes. Give me a dexterity save. Oh Lord, are you
16.
serious? Okay, you make the save, so you're gonna take half damage.
Party pride.
25, so you'll take 12 points of fire damage. Then he turns to you and cuts at you with his longsword and his short sword. Long swords and short swords. That's a, probably not, 12, 13, and a 22.
So the 12 and the 13 don't hit.
The 22 does.
Yes.
Okay, take 7 points of piercing damage from the short sword as he comes at you.
Alright, I'm still up. It's okay.
Your turn.
Okay, I'm casting blindness and deafness on him.
Yes!
It's a what save?
Con save.
Go Yuzi!
16.
Fuck! No!
He looks and he laughs at you. Okay. Your turn.
I'm gonna do the SpongeBob meme back in.
Okay, so how far away can I get away from him?
You can move. You guys are in the center of the arena, so you can move 15 feet away.
Okay, move 15 feet away. I'm gonna draw out my cute little short bow. I'm gonna shoot.
You do have an ally within 5 feet, so if you do hit, you get sneak attack damage.
Does a 21 hit?
Does hit.
Sick. So that is
3d6, I believe.
6. 1. On the 6s, 2, 3. Ooh. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then Lulu's coming out.
Moo.
My spiritual weapon. The cow.
Right, I forgot about that.
I'm guessing a 11 doesn't hit.
Does not hit it. Just
Move.
chinks against his plate mail.
Moo is having a day, but it's fine.
His turn. Let's see. Does his breath weapon respond? Nope. So he is going to continue his attack towards Musey. Okay, that's a 21, a 19, and a 13.
Music.
Musey.
I'm guessing that's
21, 19, and a 13.
My armor class is a 14.
Okay, cool. You're going to take 7 points slashing damage and 4 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And I'm down.
And then he moves to you.
Okay.
Your spiritual weapon is not next to him any longer. Okay.
Okay. Bonus action healing word I'm using.
Yay.
Yeah, no, I'm not fighting him alone. You're out of your mind. So you get 3 plus.
I roll to see if there's a chance I know this guy that we're fighting.
You
Sure,
get
go
5
ahead.
hit points back.
Wait, you're unconscious. You haven't been healed yet.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
But he's stable, right?
Yeah.
Is she stable?
Yeah.
You know this guy. He's been around a while. He is as much of a badass as he makes himself out to be.
Higher than a level 3.
Why did we do this then?
Because it's a stressful day, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Okay, what'd you get?
Saw this man go down.
Oh, I got a 5 DP over bonus
Okay,
action.
that's your bonus action.
Okay, and is he on top of me?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can attack him with your short bow with disadvantage, or drop your short bow and draw your mace to attack.
That's what I'm gonna
Okay.
do. 16 plus.
Yep, that's a
3.
hit.
Yep. So that is
16 plus 3.
I really thought it was higher level than
Yeah.
this. I forgot we were level 3.
Thank you. Okay.
So that is.
He told me when I was walking.
How's he looking?
He's bloody.
Oh, he's bloody.
Now. Now this.
He's got a tiny gash on his eyebrow.
Right. Okay. Do I need to roll a save? Or is this? Is he?
Wait, you have a concentration spell going?
No, do I need to break? Or is he?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you did?
He turns around, breathes. Oh, who's he going on?
I don't know.
Actually, he's going to start by attacking you.
I still look unconscious.
Yeah, she's still down.
Does he even know
18. No,
she's
you're
there?
conscious.
Yeah, but she's
We'll see.
I still look unconscious.
What's your AC?
though.
16.
Okay, so one's going to hit you. One of the longswords is going to longsword blows are going to hit you.
Okay.
And that's going to be 8 points of slashing damage. And then he's going to breathe on you. Give me that dex save. How many hit points do you have?
4.
Okay, even if you take half.
I got 2.
What?
I rolled a 2. Yeah, no, I'm down.
You're down.
My says.
And he literally turns and he just does this as the crowd is cheering. And it is your turn, Musey.
Go music!
You are prone.
I want him last. He wants him alone.
Why do you want to keep on doing this?
I can use my pride hurt.
We're
I'm gonna stand
stressed.
up, right?
Yeah.
And then get behind me. I'm gonna use it to try to spring onto his back and get my arms around his throat so I can use and just like, cling on to him. So that'd be a grapple check as well as an inflict wounds.
Okay, give me that grapple check.
You got this music!
I got a dirty 20.
Shut up,
It's a
Israel.
strength. It's
Israel.
an athletics check.
Is
Oh, I'm sorry. I say dirty 20. It's a 22.
Yeah, he's not very strong at all,
The
is he?
athletics then,
Yeah. I mean, you're not grappling. I mean, roll your athletics.
6.
Okay, so you're not grappling him, but you can touch him. So go roll the touch attack. It's the spell attack.
Mm-hmm.
Touch him.
Alright, I got a 12 to hit.
No, you missed, but the charge still is in your hand.
Okay, well, that would have been 17 to correct.
Yeah. You will see about damage next time. I got a nat 20 on one of my attacks. Let's see if I don't. Let's see if I don't roll all ones. Wait a minute. How many hit points do you have? Because he's gonna roll at. He's gonna roll at minimum. Oh yeah, no 2.
Do I get an intimidation roll for being a pain in the ass?
No,
Sorry.
not even a little bit. And you're down.
Damn.
He sits there and just goes,
Hey,
medic.
my turn.
Yes! And you have Lex. Oh, no, you don't. I'm out. Never mind. You don't have Lex.
That's fair.
Winter,
He's-
you gonna
he
let her
looks
go
at
out there
you.
all by herself?
Oh,
He
right.
looks at you,
Hurts you guys.
drinks a potion. Oh Lord.
I hope that both.
As he drinks a potion, I'm gonna cast magic missile at him.
Okay, roll it.
Which
He
is
chucks a potion as a bonus
Shit.
action.
magic missile is 3d4 plus 3, right?
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I rolled 3 ones. So it's 7 damage.
No, 6 damage. 3d4 plus 3.
This is plus 3.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Okay. And he looks at you. He takes the hits.
I threw the rock, bitch.
He casually walks over to you menacingly.
She's not gonna keep walking backward.
Oh no, it's his turn.
Oh, okay.
He
fair enough.
approaches you. 22, 15, and 12.
So the first one's gonna hit, but she's going to, as a reaction, cast shield to the other two.
Yes.
It's actually the last one that hits the short sword.
Okay.
Max damage, that's 9 points of piercing damage. And let's see if his breath weapon has. Yes, it has. Make a dex save.
Oh no, that is a 5.
Oh no. Oh no.
But I still get half damage
Yes.
because I'm a tiefling. Finally, I get to use that. Not that it's gonna matter because I've got like not much health left. Already.
32
What the?
divided by half is 16, but you take half of that, so that's 8.
No, because I found my dex save.
Oh no, you did. So
I'm
you're
out.
just gonna take 16.
I'm outie. Damn, I didn't even get a chance to cast Hellish Rebuke on him.
So wait, how much?
Oh,
You can do that.
you can
20.
still do that. You can still do
Oh,
that. It's a
then-
reaction.
Then he rolls a dex save, I think.
Yes.
No, wait, no. Okay,
What kind of damage is it?
fire. So it's not gonna do much to him.
No, he ignores it.
Entirely?
He's immune to fire damage.
This guy.
Winter.
Just
Winter,
kill
are
an
you gonna
entire
jump
party.
in and do this? Your entire party has been knocked the hell out.
Turn.
Come on.
Fine. Guess it's time for me to take over.
Come on, Idris.
You watch.
Idris is gone.
Idris is not even there. He's back in the farm with the sister.
Right, he's the responsible adult of
Okay.
the party.
Okay, Idris. Or not Idris. Okay, Winter. Go ahead and roll the initiative as you walk in.
Found your name in their pocket.
Before I walk in, can I use the... Hold on just a second. Let me read it again. We've taken a long rest between
Yes.
last session and this one, right?
You're taking several.
Good. Or this would be a very short fight.
It's been a very short fight anyway. This guy is above our level.
Can I use the performance of creation to get myself another rapier?
Yes, you can. So you manifest you manifest another rapier. You have 2 of them, correct?
Well, no. The other one went away after 2 hours.
Oh, okay. So you have a rapier, and what else are you using?
Just a rapier, and that's it for right now.
Okay, you.
Is magic allowed or banned?
Okay. Go ahead.
What's that? Can I use magic? Or was that not
Everybody
allowed?
else does.
Hey, they said no limits. No limits.
He's using a breath weapon.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's a 24 for initiative.
Yeah, you win initiative. What are you doing? Your turn.
Come on, roll that high on your attacks, dude.
He's deciding.
Can I use dissonant whispers at 2nd level?
You sure can. What is it? A wisdom saving throw?
It is, yes.
A nat 1.
Yes!
Roll that double damage.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so he's taking, looks like 8d6 psychic damage.
Holy crap!
Somebody's gotta take this punk down.
8d6
Psychic damage.
And he must use his reaction to move as far away from me as possible.
Say what?
He has to use his reaction to move as far away from him as possible.
And he does a chick 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 boom against back toward the other edge of the arena.
Is his nose bleeding?
We'll see.
Roll that good damage. Good damage.
That's 20. At best, it'll be 24. If we pick an average. I don't think that's below average.
He's got a smile on his face. You know he's rolling high.
32 damage.
As you throw up the spell, blood comes out from one of his nose and his eyes, and he grabs his head and he drops.
Woo! I'm unconscious. I can't cheer. Stay here.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're fine.
You're awake.
Okay.
That's right. So you're awake. Yeah.
No, nobody bet on this part of the fight.
Yeah. No.
Doesn't matter. It was all pride.
Okay, he drops, and a medic comes out and stabilizes him, and they drag him out, and people are like,
Yes!
6 against 1. We came out on top.
This is why you don't mess with the Inglorious Ingrates while winter's still around.
Hell yeah!
Woo! Okay. Eventually he wakes up. Sits up, and goes, "All right, that was the best fight I've had in years." And somebody comes over and hands you a purse of 30 gold to split amongst your mates.
What's the half dragon's
All right.
name?
Jarrak. Jarrrak.
I go over there and high five Jirok and say, "Yeah, that was a good one. I got rusty in my time away."
Yeah, I'm walking up to him as well and hand him my dagger and tell him, "Well, fuck."
Tell them what?
Well, fuck.
I heard that too.
Get fucked.
I heard well fucked.
I might have said it with an accent.
Are the people who were out, are we awake now?
Yeah. He kind of nods his head and goes, "Yeah, that was outstanding. 6 on 1 though. That's been a while."
Well, all of us are not.
He looks over at the rest of them and goes,
We're all most of us still just like.
he goes, "Yeah, haven't had a fight that good in a very long time."
These guys call me crazy because of the way I fight. They didn't realize that we did this kind of stuff every week.
He goes, "Yeah, and you were one hell of a fighter too. Trained you well enough." All right, and they eventually you watch a few more matches, and eventually it breaks up and people start going home as the evening starts coming in. What are you guys doing? You're from what you can get from your sister. What little you were able to get is there was some sort of attack on the farm, and somehow she was saved and spared by a beautiful woman surrounded by a golden halo.
Ooh.
But who's she living there with? Or is she just by herself?
She was married, and her husband she hadn't seen her husband. She assumed he died in the attack.
Okay. But attacked by what? Why did she say attack?
She goes, a bunch of men in armor and wearing tabards. She didn't see the symbol on them. She can't remember the symbol on them, but she she says that they were men at arms of some kind, but they weren't standard watch troops or anything like that.
I don't know why. I just kind of want to do this for some reason. I'm just thinking of like one of the shakers, like, did you put your name in the cup of fire? But I'm thinking something more along the lines of, did she? Oh, sorry. Can I relay this information to anybody else to see if they've heard the same story from other people? Like primarily, I guess Avery's family.
They just heard about the fire. They didn't hear about or see anything else.
Gotta find that open.
Okay. Okay. I like to wait until everybody gets back to talk with them all.
I'll come back bruised and bloody.
Yeah, it's like, man, y'all look like shit.
Showed up
We
with
all
your-
come limping back.
Carrying each other.
For some reason, whenever I'm around Archon, my impulse control goes out the fucking window.
Right, right. It's so much fun.
We leave
You know,
Winter and
This was
Idris
not my
to
idea.
tend to us.
I was here.
It's kind of fun though. But like, it was great. It was a great idea.
feel a little less stressed.
That's so cool. You kind of forgot that you were dead for a minute there.
That might be concussion though.
Yeah.
We're all limping a little.
Okay. So I really, at least the information that my sister, somebody attacked her and her family. People apparently dressed up in men at arms guard, trying to bring harm to the family. Might be another lead of something. My immediate suspicion is the Talon Guard, which I'm not sure if any of you picked up, but he looked like he had something a little bit more to hide when he was talking about
The asylum.
the asylum, but I think it was particularly like, what was the question that was asked?
The people who like the influx of people escaping and coming in.
Yeah.
Didn't look like town guards though. Or am I misremembering
He
that?
said men in guards with something that she cannot identify. I'm explaining my suspicion is that somebody in the town's guard or some officials know what's going on more than they're leading on. And like that is what I'd like to pursue in a personal, like, if you do this, I will be very much so indebted to you all. And I plan on paying any debts I ever make out to others. But I want to bring justice to whoever did this to my sister. Because it needs to be done. It sounds like not only my sister, but it sounds like the orphanage, Avery's family, there's something a little bit more corrupt going on that needs to be dealt with.
Maybe possibly also ties into what happened with Daspry and her family.
Everything is very, very fishy, and I'm suspicious of literally everything.
Idris, shut up. You don't pay us anything. You're part of our family now.
You're the-
We all
you're
take
the
care
homie.
of each other.
Let's just say if you ever need a winged person in any bar scenario, I got you, if that's the way you float. If you need somebody to write a lovely little tune about a fair maiden who is looking to find her way back into somebody's heart, I'll come up with something. Archon, if you need to sing battle ballads of your glory in fights,
Well,
I will come up with something.
I do have a business idea
Oh God.
that I might need some.
I will
I
do
just hope it
Marketing
involves
support
you
with.
keeping your kilt on during the song.
Okay. I say this because I want my solid promise that we focus on this solely for right now.
I'll help you do it.
You need a jingle for your commercial.
Well, it seems like a lot of our ideas might align anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure solely is the
Yes.
necessarily what.
But I'm going to tell you
I
now,
think it's all.
if we find whoever it is,
Or
I will get, yes, we get the information, and yes, it will be, the first thing will happen is they will tell us the information, and they will live a slow, painful rest of their being, or a slow, painful
slow,
existence.
painful 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
As long as it's not Gerard.
The fighter, or who's Gerard?
He's a buddy of Gee's, and I guess all of ours. He's kind of cool.
The one who kicked all of our asses.
Except for Winter.
Hey,
Now-
you want to make them really angry? Call them J-Rock.
Gerard.
I would totally admit that during this, I I will do my best to help focus on your goals, but I was a little thrown for a loop by those guards as well. From what I can tell, someone I've not seen in a long time who I care about his fate and may also be involved in the...
If it has any leads to telling us who did this, I'm down for looking into it. But that is my sole focus right now. It's funny
Wait.
who did this to the family.
I
Who,
think
the other person that escaped from the asylum?
I may be wrong, but he matches the description of someone that I haven't seen in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, we take a long rest.
Yes, I think a long rest is due. Before the long rest, though, for that evening, do you guys have anything else you're wanting to do?
I'd like to train with my dad.
Okay, very good. Idris?
I'll ask if I've... No, I'm good for today. I'm staying by my sister's bedside.
Okay. All right. Now we are at day 3 since you guys arrived in town.
Don't like that countdown.
I'm just keeping track of time.
Okay, what
We don't call it a countdown unless there's an
end to it.
There might be that we don't know about.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are back up and going. So what now?
I've got a sort of idea that I had intended to try before things got a little weirder. That might be a good opportunity to get some high-level gossip, if that makes any sense.
Please.
I was thinking about going and visiting one of my high society friends and seeing what I could pull out of her, while pretending to not be myself.
Is this more important to you than going and finding her supposed, there was some interest you had in the asylum, my father?
Well, again, this was something that I had thought about doing before things went to hell, mostly to try to figure out what was going on at my estate, my family's estate, but it also may be an opportunity since just to see what might be going on in the city that among the elite. That it may be nothing.
You trust her?
God, no.
That's why she's going to get answers from her. She doesn't trust her.
She's also...
I mean, I trust you are the ones who will lurk.
I also am not entirely sure whether or not she'll know who I am. After the incident with Jeeves, I just don't know what to expect right now. I'm not sure if so far no one in my life has recognized me, and I'm not sure if there's a reason for that, or someone's lying to me, or it's a coincidence. So my intention was to go to her under the guise of pretending to be my own cousin. And listen, it sounds dumb, but
what?
Okay. I was going to go to this idiot friend of mine, tell her that I am a distant cousin of Dastria Targana, and say that we are still cleaning out Dastria's room after all the junk she left when she kicked the bucket, apparently. And there was an undelivered letter. And if you would let us in to talk to this high society friend of mine, I'll deliver it to her. And
Would you be going alone?
I could probably take others. And again, I'm not sure if this will do much.
Felicity is her name.
I had written a different name down. You told me to create a name.
I changed my mind. It's Felicity.
Well, then I'm going to cross that out in the letter.
That's fine.
What's her last name, or do I get to pick that?
You can pick that.
Marla.
Spell it.
M-A-R.
In the real letter, too. I didn't remember your name until later.
M-A-R.
L-E-T-H. Felicity. That does sound like a better, dumb bitch name.
And thus the name. Anyways, so.
She goes and rewrites the letter. It's mostly that if there's I'm interested if there's any interesting gossip among the higher class. Whether it be, we're picking on this group this week.
Okay.
Or,
God,
if there's any
just
rumors
so annoying,
to
aren't
anything that's going on that might be suspicious right now, because there's a lot going on in this town that's a little funky. We don't have to do this. It was something I was thinking of doing. I don't know if it's going to work.
Okay, so you guys want to go into town then?
With you, I haven't picked pockets in a while.
I can pretend to be your maid or something.
You do know if you guys are going that far up in
in town,
Mm.
people are going to have to dress better.
We do have money. We could look nice.
Wait, you're saying I have to wear shoes like you got? Oh, screw that.
I've been trying to figure out if Jasper is still wearing the sandals.
How is this not nice?
I
Well,
think
even Archon has when they
Dress
do rituals and festivals for your tribe, they have ceremonial robes, or not robes, ceremonial kilts that they wear for the men,
Oh.
at least the men.
We can get you a nice
Yeah.
kilt. We'll get you a sexy
The ones with the
kilt.
gold
I can-
thread on them.
Yeah.
potentially explain away a
Not
couple
split
of who
the
is
hip, but a little more
maids or
modest.
servants or coach drivers or bodyguards.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll be ready.
it'll be 10 gold per to get the equivalent of nice clothing. We'll call it noble clothing.
I'm gonna go by the name Lena Targana Kareth, I believe is the last name I come up with.
Okay.
I sent
I won't be buying mine. I'll be fashioning mine.
How will you be fashioning it?
There's
I'll
woods
go-
nearby.
Yeah, I've got my leather worker tools.
Okay, so you're gonna go hunt something down.
I'm gonna go. I can use my
kill a
money
local cow.
to buy the materials, and then I'll.
Do not kill my cow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me
One
a
cow?
survival check with advantage.
Survival.
Yes. Are you proficient in survival?
Okay.
Okay, good.
18.
18. You do. You fashion an outstanding ceremonial kilt. So you do have your ceremonial kilt.
Okay.
Okay. Idris, are you going with?
Yeah.
You're-
As long as Avery's family feels.
Avery's family is, they're like,
Yeah.
we'll take care of her.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna put on fancier, but I'm also definitely gonna have like a more darker cloak over me the entire time.
Okay.
Emo.
Avery?
I feel like Avery would absolutely go for like a men's look. Like she wants like a nice like suit almost. Like a
If you wear a suit, she's gonna call you the carriage driver.
I don't wear a dress, but I'll hate every second of it. I'll wear like a nice something simple but very elegant.
Yeah, you look like a lady, like when they're done with you.
Jasper, how do you do this?
Back as straight as possible, like someone's rammed something up your ass.
And pretend, and you don't need to breathe.
The more uncomfortable you think you look, the better.
Avery just like, oh god, she's dreading every moment of this, but like she wants the tea so badly that she's
Okay.
willing to put up with us.
Sacrifice it every once in a while.
All right, so you guys get.
Okay, I only have 5 gold. I don't have enough for a thing.
I cover you.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll
was gonna
cover
say,
you.
I also have
Party
the
fun.
amounts broken up from whenever y'all looted the crypt. I have those amounts ready if y'all need
I also have a random piece of jewelry that's from my home country.
them. Okay.
It just,
Y'all-
it's,
y'all ready?
nobody can figure out what the heck it looks like. It's
Everybody-
basically a Picasso painting,
Hey.
but you
No.
Everybody gets 285 gold pieces. Everybody gets 142 silver pieces. And then, just based on what we have, everybody gets 1 platinum piece. Since there's only 10. So there's 5 extra gold, 6 extra silver, 3 extra platinum,
I'm also cool with just a party fund if you want to do that too.
which I can contribute those to the party fund if that's what we just want to have.
Take mine. He doesn't.
What was the gold amount per person?
285,
What was the silver amount?
142.
I'm taking my portion to contribute towards rebuilding the orphanage. Speaking of which, I need to find out who owns that land and how we go about getting that rebuilt, because it seems like somebody doesn't give a shit about it.
Well, I guess it's my family that owns that land. It's a guess. I don't know.
Maybe I thought it was her family's land.
Apparently we funded part of it. I don't know if we owned it. Ask him.
They're one of the noble supporters. I don't know who owns the land, but
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
you know, they go be seen with people giving turkeys and toys and stuff and holidays. And
Yeah, I can share that on
Hey, Jasper.
Mm.
So how do you know this Felicity person? Again, like what is her family like rich for? Is it old money as well?
I don't know. Should I make that up on the spot or is that
What's
something-
that?
What is this family rich for? The Marleth family.
The Marleth family?
Yeah, are they old money?
They're a minor house minor house noble.
They trade in children?
No,
I'm joking.
Major house. You guys, and one other house are the house majors in the capital city, at least. The other being House Mogumir.
Is that the one I think it is?
Mogumir. The head of that house being Baron Varric Mogumir. Verek.
Verk.
Verek.
Okay.
Mogumir.
And is that the house I think it is?
What house?
The one we talked about previously?
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Never mind then. Anyway,
It is the noble house. It is the noble house that your house has always been in conflict with.
That was my question.
Anything. It's basically
What
everything but open conflict. In fact,
I bite my thumb at you, sir.
And in fact, one of the things is about that is the fact that you guys are distantly related, though your father is actually more closely related to the king. But even the Baron refers to your father like very like as a pejorative, share cousin. But the thing is,
that's where I used to minorly enjoy those fights in the background. Like,
the history of House Mogumir, though, they bought their way into the nobility. Like
they're new money.
Well, so to speak, but they bought their way into the nobility ages ago.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, so to answer Avery's question, there, what he said.
Cool.
They are, Felicity is a high society friend of mine, meaning I hang out with her at parties.
So she's like the only other person.
There's others, but she's
The closest.
the dumbest. No, she's like just the dumbest.
Okay.
I
People all the time.
I know you guys are much smarter than she is.
Oh, fun.
And actually, when I had originally said the dumb friend, I wasn't sure how dumb, but then you mentioned dumb.
Maybe I'll be able to fool her. Maybe she'll think I'm a lady. That's absolutely hilarious.
Probably. I will say, I am just running off of instinct here. She may recognize me immediately, but I just am a little suspicious of whether or not someone's trying to wipe my existence off the map. Because that's kind of what it feels like. Maybe I'm overreacting.
Do you want to be like back in high society, or would you rather stay under the radar?
I want to know what's going on.
Okay.
As I said, there was some enchantment on my estate, and if there's something weird going on, it'd be nice to know. But if I'm just being forced out for, I'm sure a number of reasons, then we'll deal. I'll deal with it as it comes.
Okay.
But it'd be nice to know what's going on before I flip them the bird. Bingo. All right, so.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sir, are we on the hard cutoff?
9:30. That's cool. Okay. Where were we? Oh, you were heading over to the House Marleth.
Yes.
Okay. You get to the door to the manor house. It's not a big, huge, property like with a huge lawn and all that stuff like yours and the Baron's house. But you come to it and somebody answers the door dressed in a servant suit. Yes, can I help you?
Good afternoon, sir. I was hoping to speak to the Lady Felicity Marleth. I have a letter to deliver for her from a late friend.
And who might I say is calling?
My name is Lady Lena Targana Carleth. I am a distant cousin of the late Dastria.
Yes. I can deliver the letter and see if she was willing to.
If you'll pardon me, this is one of the last items that my dear cousin left, and I would prefer to see it hand delivered myself.
I will deliver it personally and meet right to this moment and ask that she come down.
As I said,
Lady Felicity is extremely busy at the moment. Like, hello? Is somebody like up there, like trying to get a hold of me? And this extremely modern blonde woman in very nice clothes comes tearing down. Yes, comes tearing down the stairs and goes, like, oh my God, somebody got a letter for me, and he just has his hand out.
Either a human or a valley elf.
My lady, if you would spare me a moment of your time, I would like to tell you of the last
Give
gift.
me. Let me see the letter.
Pass it off to her. Oh, right, I can actually give it to you physically.
Oh my God.
There's definitely a seal on it. By the way you just said that made me think of the Bo Burnham. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dearest Felicity Marlowe. She's never called me dearest. Who's this from? Because we just passed the finale.
It's a lot of bullshit at the beginning.
Finale of. She is struggling to read this. Of this year's social season, I find myself dwelling on the excitement of the past party we found. I'm reading this a lot. She is literally taking forever to read this, and she is reading it out loud. While I greatly enjoyed your company as always, it's still the antics of absolute fool Lord Darius that have me giggling like a child into the night. I do understand that we expect to abide by these events, but really? He spilled that absolutely gargantuan glass of wine across himself and Lady Visha across from him. Her shriek was incredibly unladylike, though if I'm being honest, completely reasonable. I doubt that stain will ever come out. And her dress, expensive but far too last season for my taste. So I suppose it was not a total waste for either of them. But I digress. I hardly wrote to you to remind you of the fools whose company we must keep. And she's like, what? Okay. I write to you as we go into the dry season social gathering approaches. I find myself reflecting on my coming duties. You know as I do, my parents must name me heir soon, lest people talk. I miss my brother, of course, but if their attempts to return to our society continue, they bring that sort of shame on their own image. This behavior I then often makes me wonder what might happen if I were to vanish as my brother did. Would they run through the same motions, or would they bury me before I've been dead more than a day? It's hard to say, but I suppose it's good that there are no direct heirs after me. They might even consider getting rid of me themselves. Well, perhaps not, but sometimes I wonder whether they'll ever accept me as their only choice. Oh well, I simply write this to let it out of my system, and I suppose to let you know that if I ever finish with things here, I promise it was not my own doing. I was kidnapped, or slain, or part of some other dastardly plot. I jest, of course. I'm brilliant, charming, and high-sided will never be rid of me. Hope to see you in the coming weeks, darling. Let's stop by for tea. Warm regards, Lady Dasseria Targana. She goes, oh my God. And she looks at directly, you guys are standing right there. She looks at her butler and goes, her steward goes, oh my God, who delivered this? And he goes, my lady. She did. And she looks and she goes, oh my God, Dasseria. Like, they said you were dead. Like, oh my God, I went to your funeral.
Can we talk about that actually, please?
You so owe me money for the flowers that I got.
Of course.
Somebody recognizes you.
Like, oh my God, you gotta come in. Who are all these people? Oh, hi.
The reason I
She's
have
literally ignored you. Archon. Archon, just out of curiosity, what's your charisma?
Are you doing the pipe dance?
Oh God.
Yes.
Can I improve this? I'm gonna laugh if it's
Actually, I have an image of what Archon looks like right
Big and beefy. Is he
now.
hot?
Boom! With his regal dress.
Oh God, I gotta see this.
That's not the clearest picture, though. You guys ever seen 300?
Yes.
No.
No.
Are we talking? Did you edit it?
Oh no!
Let me see it.
No,
Leonidas?
No.
Can't leave us hanging. Come on.
Xerxes.
Xerxes.
Oh no! Oh no!
No.
That is even better.
Oh no!
thought you were just
Okay.
just do a great face.
She was just like, oh my God.
I'm just.
Are you doing
I'm
that
just
with your hands?
Listen.
gold.
Yeah.
You know, gold like natural.
Gold flake.
This
Who's
is
your,
yeah.
who's your friend?
I'm
And she
back.
goes, oh my God, who's your other friend? And she's just like,
Bing, 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 bing. She's just sitting there.
Yes, they're all very hot.
Ping-ponging between Archon and Idris. And she seems to be kind of zeroing in on Idris a little more than Archon. But she's just like, she just can't seem to make up her mind. Tall and hunky or extremely cute and brilliant.
Yes.
What?
Can we talk about the fact that I'm apparently dead? Because I'd like to know what's going on. My tailor's dead.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. He was really good.
Yeah, he was. It kind of sucks. Can we go inside and like?
Oh yeah, come on in.
Thank you.
That'd be great. And she takes you guys into a drawing room and has you guys let you guys sit down, and it's a pretty good sized room. And she has her steward have servants come and bring refreshments that you guys have like never even heard of, like this amazing melon juice that is just absolutely fabulous. And
trefoils.
Do you think this is safe to eat? Don't leave on everything.
Yeah, and hors d'oeuvres with literally like you said, gold leaf on everything.
It's like those poop gold pills that you can buy where everything is just, there's no point to it, but it's extravagant. We have money.
Yeah, kind of thing.
We're not Dasher right now,
you know. The thing is, this is a minor house noble.
Yeah.
This is a minor house noble, so this is ridiculous even for that. So yeah, she goes, yeah. So what happened?
Okay.
You're dead.
Yeah. When did I die again?
About 3 months ago. You died.
Did they have a body?
I don't remember. It was a closed casket.
That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't die. I got abducted and went missing for 6 months, and I guess nobody bothered to look for me.
What? No, everybody said you died, and yeah, they made all sorts of effort to bring you back from the dead, and they thought you were dead, and it was bad.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure they shed so many tears. Is there a new heir?
Well, that was the thing. You were. They were going to name you heir the week after you disappeared.
Yeah, I remember that.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
I don't know.
But they haven't looked into cousins or anything.
And that's the greatest gossip. Nobody knows who's going to be the heir. But the coolest thing or the weirdest thing is their alliance with House Magumir.
Oh yeah, something's fucking up.
It was the coolest thing or weirdest thing. They stopped all hostilities and all of the House Magumir and House Targaryen were
Targana, by the way. One of those names I'm pretty sure is copyrighted.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
She's obviously
excited.
using wrong names.
Oh.
Is there smoke coming out of your ears?
Not quite. But,
no, you can see the butterflies.
Yeah.
Cobweb blows in the wind.
And when did that alliance start?
About 2 months ago.
When did the orphanage fall down?
Do what?
That was not directed at her. Okay. Loving this. And have my parents been seen in high society since? Or are they, I don't know, hiding away for some reason?
Well, no, they're actually getting ready to have a party to celebrate the alliance after the alliance has been cemented. They're getting ready to have a party. It's all the rage. Everybody's getting ready for it.
Sure.
You've got a party to crash.
If I may interrupt my favorite, and I give her a little wink.
Oh, hard charm!
You can interrupt me anytime you want. She's turning bright red.
In a very flattering way, I'm sure. She was trained how to blush.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No, she is very horrible at being subtle.
Oh God. Oh,
no. She is being the opposite of subtle.
So did anybody?
As she sits a little closer to you, she's what?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So I ask. So how are they cementing this alliance? What changed? What are they doing to signify their union of friendship?
that's the coolest thing. There was this like stone that the House Mogumir had found in one of their mines, and it's this great huge gemstone, and they gave it to House Targana as a token of friendship to start the alliance talks.
Oh, that's
Lovely.
fishy.
Tell me about that.
Nobody knows it. A lot of the reason a lot of people want to go to this party.
Oh, I don't
Come
like
from your
this.
houses.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
it's your gym.
Gotcha. Wow. You just have such a great way with words. I appreciate you so much.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, not me.
By the way,
It is a way with words.
this is how I'm picturing her.
Oh,
This character from this webcomic, the launch one.
What'd you get?
Yeah.
that's not natural.
Wait, let me see.
It's pretty damn close.
That's exactly how I'm
Yes.
picturing her.
Yes.
Ironically, that character in this webcomic is not stupid, but
That'd be a fat 26.
Yeah. No, she's totally like. She is totally flattered. She is like openly fawning over you, like legit, like
You want to get married?
legitimate, Dastria. This is you're just like
Does she do this all the time, or is this like a
yes, but no,
not
like
this hard?
not this hard. Like she has fallen head over heels for Idris.
Beautiful.
Of all people in the world,
You get sugar mama.
Idris, like legit.
Ew.
Oh, and by the way, she is the heiress to House Marley.
We know what Idris is gonna do after the campaign's over. Get married to a rich lady,
No, he's going to be a
and then leave her immediately.
You're like, absolutely not.
Just catfish her.
No care for
So
all she's
wrong.
worth.
Send her drawing picture of like your elbow.
My ankle, my lady.
But when's the party?
Oh, it's supposed to be in a week, in a 10-day.
Do you think we could come with you?
I say, you know how it would be great and super dramatic if I just showed up from the dead.
Yeah.
Some good core gossip there, and you'd be at the center of it.
Oh my god, that would be so awesome.
With a dashing young man by your side, possibly?
She scoots even closer. She goes, "You would escort me?"
It would be my pleasure.
And she goes, she's like literally like giddy. Daster is, you're just sitting there, just like with your like just you're just like holding your head, minor migraine beginning kind of thing.
It's
Like,
just the usual background migraine she gets around Felicity.
yeah, no, around all of your friends in high society.
Are they all this dumb? Because I didn't think they
No,
were all
not
this dumb.
They're not all this dumb. They're not even remotely this dumb. Felicity's kind of the one that, because her, even though she's from
She's that one
minor
girl
house
from
noble, she's from the more influential minor house nobles. So, minor house is noble. So, like, she is more than tolerated because she's got clout. Technically, her family's got clout and cash.
So is she basically like that girl from Mean Girls who's the sexy mouse? I can't remember her name.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
but I know her name. Karen.
Karen, yes.
She's Karen.
I don't know the reference, so.
Dumb as bricks.
Okay,
That was
then, yes.
but hot.
Hot as hell, dumb as bricks.
Exactly.
I always feel like the butler is
Well,
gonna come
no,
in like
actually,
aspirin
no,
because he knows
no.
how high pitched her voice is.
No, Brittany from Glee.
Yeah.
I've never seen the show, so
Legit as blonde, but the thing is, she's not stupid. Her wisdom is like garbage, but she's actually like she's an idiot savant, like legit idiot savant. She's
Okay.
super intelligent, but she
She's
is
book
dumb
smart.
as she is as wise as a rock.
Like Belle from Legally Blonde, except not smart.
Again, don't know the
Oh, come
reference,
on.
but Brittany from Glee is the only reference I know.
Now, my dear, I do have a couple other questions. You know, I've had this gossip in the last 6 months. You remember that orphanage that my family used to donate money to?
Oh yeah, that was really sad.
Any idea what happened to that or what may have caused it?
No,
No word.
no, it just was found on fire, like three and a half months ago, three and a half months ago, somewhere around there, and like some of the kids got away apparently, and nobody like everybody just like they were just like street urchins anyway, so like a lot of people didn't like put any effort into like finding them.
You know, I've only been
doing
in town
anything.
for a few days, but I did hear some gossip that some of them ended up in Insane asylum.
Whoa. She's just like, legit, like, she goes, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear from me.
Other questions to ask, so I'm trying to figure out how else to relate back to what we're looking into.
So,
Esther and her friends are gossip girls.
yeah.
Again, low grade migraine. She hates this.
Question: she hasn't extended us an invitation for us to even attend the party, though.
Not yet, no.
Oh no.
Could it's like, do you think you'd be the coolest person in the realm by preparing some invitations for us to go to
my
this
goodness,
shindig?
I could probably do it. You guys would have to dress like super nice because like that's the thing. And she said, she goes, yeah, I think I could get some invites. I just have to go and like ask. But yeah, I think I could get some. You could just be like you could be like my retinue. It'd be cool.
That would be so
Especially if you
cool.
can keep my name
Did she
off
just
your
say
lips,
retinue?
just in case, just to keep the drama up. Don't let anyone know I'm coming. Again,
Okay.
the best sort of drama if we just show
Okay.
up.
The grand reveal of Dastria being alive.
The heir has returned.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I'm trying to think. I cannot think of any other questions to connect to every other nutso thing we've looked up.
I guess my only other question to her would be like, has there been any new power brokers ever since the alliance, or any particular actors of prominence besides the Lord? Like, has this all just been the lords and ladies of these houses talking and making these big arrangements, or somebody new from outside the kingdom come in recently? Somebody maybe mystical or magical that's just a little bit like, exotic.
Bastard merchant and his son.
No. It was just really like out of the blue with House with House Mogumir and their alliance with House Targana. It was just so like wow, just like whoa. It was like so the gossip for so long because it's thought that with the House Alliance that the Nabaran Chiskran would end up being the heir for both houses.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know that name. The Nabaran is the heir to the barony of Varric. It's Varric.
Like son.
No, actually, his nephew.
Hmm.
Varric is rumored does not have children because he likes, I don't want to say boys, but like legally, like young guys.
Okay. So is he unmarried or
He's a
just
cougar.
gross?
Is he a
Okay.
He's
cougar?
unmarried,
He's unmarried and gross. Cool.
Is he a
but it's rumored. Nobody's been able to like say one way or another. But that's the tea.
But I think that Dasri probably has like 90% certainty that her family started that rumor just because she's like, we're petty as hell.
No, actually,
Oh,
that
no.
rumor came from outside of the family.
Oh, okay. So at one point she's like, Mom, you started this bullshit. And he's like, not me, actually. Sorry. But I wish I had.
Yeah.
I wish I had thought of this.
Yeah.
Wait. The guy in charge of the other family is sleeping with children?
No, not children. Young men.
Oh, just like young, like 20s.
They're legal
Yeah.
on
How do you know
paper.
all these attractive young men?
Yeah,
Okay, so not children. He's not a pedophile.
correct.
Okay.
But the nephew who is the heir for their house is now also going to be the heir
Right.
for my house.
Yeah, and he's actually your age.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Have I met him before?
Actually, no, you never met him socially. Like
think he's
your
unmarried.
houses did not associate. Period. Dot.
So is this
There
one
are
of those
no
is
functions
this like
where
the-
you would
the
associate.
Capulets and
I was about to
Montagues
say, I was
where like,
like,
we don't attend the same parties?
No, that's got nothing on these two things. It's like straight up like underground, like legit on the download. There is war happening.
Oh,
like
God.
between stabbings, assassinations.
So I should have suspected these guys being
Hatfield and
responsible for this
McCoys.
bullshit ages
It makes
ago.
the Hatfields and McCoys look bad.
So, hey, Felicity. So, Lady Felicity, do you know if anybody from How do you say Denethil?
Denethil.
Do you know
Denethil.
Denethil. Do you know if anybody from Denethil is going to be there? Or is it more of a local thing?
Denethil. Nobody ever comes from Denethil.
Oh, okay.
Though there is a rumor that there's going to be some kind of like peace envoy from them coming
Really?
to renew the alliance and the peace agreement with Endir, but like nobody knows that for sure.
No timeline on that? Just their
No,
party?
it's just something.
Yeah, don't like the sound of that. What other loose threads we need to ask gossip about?
I suppose everything that we need.
Musie's alternating between stuffing her face and considering making friends with the servants, but then realizes there's still more food.
All right,
She's trying to be appealing. It's not working very well.
and we are going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us for the Inglorious Ingrates. Hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Door has closed, not